My name is Dylan CineMasai Green, and welcome to the Real Notes podcast. I speak with rappers, producers, journalists, and other hip-hop adjacent figures about their relationship with movies, and, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guests this week are Colorado rapper-producer Taylor Banks and producers Killer Kane, Q No Rap Name, and Philth Spector. We spoke about the Nichola Winding Refn movie Drive, Sinners, the Toxic Avenger, concept albums as short films, honing their crafts in Colorado, Philadelphia, and California, respectively, a brief history of Flip a Beat Club, and the extensive creative process behind their collaborative album, Drug Money. Come fuck with us. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. This is a special one, but like I was saying before, dog days of summer. It's beautiful outside. Trying to enjoy as many Jersey and New York summer days as I can before it's all gone. But my name's Dylan Green, CineMasai. Got a lot of names, do a lot of shit. Outside mostly, inside, all sides. And so I was saying this before, but this is the first time I've had more than two people on here, which is like fun. Gonna be super hype. I'm just like, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. It's a new challenge, and I think this. I think these four cats are gonna be people who. This is gonna be a cool conversation. I'm a fan of everybody in here, and they all came together to Voltron on this incredible project called Drug Money that's been out for by the time this comes out, a little bit out a couple weeks. But I'm not even gonna do anything flowery because we don't have. What am I saying? We got Taylor Banks, we got Philth Spector, Q No Rap Name, Killer Kane. Everyone's here. Drug Money is in stores now. Go find it in your fucking Blockbuster rack. What's good, gentlemen? Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you for having
us.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Nah,
man.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, nah. It really means a lot. Like all four of y'all have been doing crazy shit forever. The only one I've met in person is Q. Q, you're amazing. Fucking.
Nah, we met. Me and you met.
Right.
Oh, fact.
Remind me when, bro. Please.
Bro, who was it? Tony Seltzer was performing. You was hosting for Wi-Fi God and Uncle John, bro. I was there.
Oh, shit, you were there? Shit.
Yeah, I met
Damn.
you. We was all hey, we had a lot going on. I was at the Rome Street show that weekend. I was everywhere, but I was backstage with you. I was backstage kicking it with Uncle John that whole time. But usually when I'm places, I be playing the background though, so I don't think I actually introduced myself to you as who I was. But you were hosting the thing. When you came back off, I you know what I'm saying, I said what's up to you for a second, but I don't think I actually told you who I was then.
I remember. Yeah, I'm looking at your face, and I remember that. That was a crazy, fun, weird night. Like, shout out to Ankh and Wi-Fi God. That was a beautiful night.
Shout out Pig the Gemini. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, truly.
Who else was there? I'm pretty sure Tony Seltzer was there spinning the set too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Philly show because they did that.
Damn.
I seen Uncle John and Wi-Fi God in Philly at Silk City. That shit was crazy.
Right. Oh yeah, and shout out to Nichola Osiris who also opened. Really, really dope artist from the West Coast who opened. I think. I think he might have been the first person to go on.
Okay.
Either way, like that. You know, that shit was ill. I recognize you now. Good to see you again. I'm very excited to have everybody here to talk about this super fucking dope album. But I wanna ask everybody the first question I ask everybody who comes on here, which is what was the last movie or TV show y'all watched you had a strong opinion about?
All right, I'll go first because mine is easy. Man, I got a lot of anxiety, so I watch the same stuff over and over again. I can't even remember when the last time I saw like a new movie was that I didn't already read the Wikipedia for like what happens, so I already know when I go in there. But I just been watching the movie Drive over and over again. That's like one of my favorite movies. I have it saved on my phone. So yeah, I've probably watched Drive like 6 times this week.
Damn.
I just keep watching it. I just keep watching it. I can't help it. It helps me get in my zone though. So yeah, like I just been watching that movie over and over and over again. That's one of my favorite movies though, for sure. Yeah.
What happened,
That's
Kane?
crazy in 1 week though.
That explains a lot. That explains a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I actually
See, I've
watched
been
the first one.
traveling. I got it on my phone. See, one thing I'll suggest to anybody, like if you ever have an opportunity to do this, like I'm a sound person, you know what I'm saying? So the sound and like the audio design of movies like really makes it for me. So if you ever get a chance, like I have a bunch of movies that I have saved on the Fandango on my phone. So like when I watch movies, sometimes I get to listen to them in like my nice studio headphones and shit like that. And it's like when you hear the way that some of these movies like actually sound in a studio setting, like if you can watch a movie on your
Yeah.
laptop in the studio and listen to it with
Yeah.
all the sub and all of that, it's like a whole nother experience. So like if you get a chance to watch Drive, watch that shit in a musical setting. Watch it like you're experiencing like an album. It's a whole different experience.
I'm pretty sure that the dude who did the sound for Drive, like did the soundtrack for that, was one of like the early drummers of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, like back in like the mid '80s.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. Yeah,
Crazy.
Clint Mansell, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Dog.
yeah, yeah.
The soundtrack for that movie is insane. The way that they put everything together, like, you know, I'm a like film nerd low key. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I watch movies, like I study them for the, you know, just everything and how it goes together, the foreshadowing, you know, how the soundtrack actually plays into it, the musical score. So it's like that's one of my favorite movies for how the actual music plays a part in the story and how it helps tell the story. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, like, I remember the first time I saw it and how stuck I was on this. Like I think out of all the movies I've seen in my life, the three soundtracks that stuck to me the most were Nutty Professors 2, The Clumps, Drive. Yeah, it was The
I'm about to
Clumps,
look it up right
Drive.
now.
Yo, like I'll get into that in a second. But like Drive, just like I don't know, just like the way the music and the sound works together to bring the anxiety to the fore of the whole movie. And like I think about the end a lot, where Ryan Gosling winds up killing Albert Brooks, and then he drives off, and
Got
it's just like a
delivered.
real human being playing in the background and shit. Yeah, like that shit is everything. Like I haven't seen it in years, and I got the DVD somewhere on my shelf, but it's definitely one that I've been meaning to catch up on. But it's crazy you watching that shit 6 times in a week. That's
That is crazy.
shout
That
out,
is
Yeah,
shout
crazy.
out,
nah,
dog. You
I
know,
was
like great
watching it
movie.
every night.
That's awesome.
That's
Wow.
funny.
What? Okay. So since you've seen it 6 times in the last week, what's your favorite scene in the movie?
Honestly, when he puts the mask on and he's staring through the pizza spot and they're all laughing and having a good ass time after they just killed his mans. He just discovered his man's dead in the garage, and he pulls up to the shit with the stuntman mask on and he's looking through the window. They got a soundtrack, they got a song playing. It's like an old like grandiose opera kind of tune playing about like you know, just like good and evil in the world. And it just sets the scene perfect for like just the rage, the anger, you know what I'm saying? But him watching in and just the juxtaposition of him like, you know, looking at, I forget the dude's name. It's the mobster that owns the freaking pizza shop. Uh
Is it
oh my god, I can't think of his name right now.
I
But
can see
not
his
the
face. Is
main
it
bad guy, not the dude
Ron Perlman?
from the yes, Ron Perlman. So when
Ron
Ron
Perlman, yeah.
Perlman's character is in there, he's like doubled over, laughing his ass off, like having the greatest night ever. And it's just like he has no idea that the Reaper's waiting outside for him.
Yeah,
He's got the
he's
stuntman mask on, all of that. So that's like my favorite scene, just the way that it's shot, the way that it leads up to it, like everything. And they play the same song, I'm pretty sure, in that scene as they do from the scene when he first is like getting in the car accidents when they first like kind of introduce him as the stuntman.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes is that. And then just in general when he's on the beach drowning him in the ocean with the lightning and all that
Yeah,
striking, that it's just shot beautifully.
that shot is crazy because it's like pulled a little bit back and it's not super close up, so all you see is just like him like right at the crest of the water. That movie
Yeah.
is so dope. I gotta go back and thank you for because like I be thinking about it at least like 2 times a month, and then I'm like I'm gonna go watch Drive, and then it never happens. So
Yeah.
you know
See, like a
I'm
lot of
stoked.
people maybe don't realize, but like I've made a lot of albums, so like all of my music kind of exists in these different worlds. It's kind of like the Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino thing, right? I have this universe that all my stuff exists in, and then there's almost like a fake universe inside of that universe that are like movies. So it's like I have a bunch of albums that I've put out that are named after movies. Like one of my first
Hmm.
albums I put out is called Pulp Fiction. I got No Country for Old Niggas. I did A Serious Man. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a bunch of movie tie-ins. I actually have an album called Drive that I haven't put out yet because I was still like working on it. But even the albums that I make that don't have movie tie-ins to them, the theme and the way that the albums are laid out, I always look at it like, like a movie. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like when I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the intro, it's like I'm thinking of how is this going to set the scene for the movie? It's like this is what I want people to hear while it's like introducing the main characters, doing that initial credit roll, kind of even like Drive. It's like when you start out the lay of the land, it's like the way that movie is, the way the music is like pumping, you're into this scene. It's like it just lays it all out perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I think about
Mm.
film whenever I'm making my music because it's something that I actually like want people to be able to close their eyes and see when they're listening to it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't wait to get into all of that later once we talk once we talk about Drug Money, but that's love that insight. Anybody else have anything else they want to add about Drive before we move on to
I never saw
everybody
it.
else's?
You never
Sure.
seen it?
Now Q's
Wow.
never seen
He
any
doesn't.
movie.
Q's outside.
He has a TV
He,
on in the background that plays movies, but he doesn't actually see any of them. They're just there.
I'll watch some.
He's
Sometimes I'll watch. Like I sample movies a lot, but like I don't. I really don't watch movies. But I've seen less movies than anybody here for sure. I've
yeah,
seen next to
guaranteed.
no movies. I've seen like 20
Cool.
some odd movies in my whole life.
that's so
Well,
nuts to
That's
me.
so
well,
That's an
crazy.
understatement,
guess
but
what? Guess what? That means you're
what?
next. What's the last thing you watched that you had a strong opinion about?
Honestly, yo, because I saw the last time I've been to the movie theater in years, I saw Sinners, like around the time it
Hey,
came out, and that shit was good
how'd you
as
feel
hell.
about it?
I thought
Yeah.
it was really, really good, and I saw people hating on it. And I'm like, man, will people just hate on anything? Like, this is good as fuck. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Like, but
yeah,
the hate of it aside, I was just like, I kind of knew what it was about, and it was getting all this hype, So I like to sometimes wait till the hype of something dies down so I can get a real opinion on
Absolutely.
it. But I think I still saw it in the height of the hype. Everybody's like, you have to fucking see this movie. And I just remember leaving the theater and like telling random strangers on the street, like, dog, have you seen this fucking movie? Like, you gotta watch this shit. That was a very oh, and I also saw what was the Jordan Peele movie that came
nope.
Nope.
out? Nope. Yeah, I think Nope. I just saw Nope recently as well, and I thought
How'd
Nope
you
was
like Nope? I'm really curious your thoughts on that one.
I'm trying to remember what happened because I'm like I don't have a functioning memory at all, and I like smoke too much. But I mean, I remember really enjoying it. I never liked Key and Peele, so I always thought I didn't like Jordan Peele. But
I
I
feel
saw it now. I saw it and I saw Nope, and I'm like, yo, he's going crazy with the movies. Like, if his
yeah.
bullshit ass sketch comedy had to be, respectfully, had to be the vehicle for him to be able to get, you know what I mean, to make something more serious, and his serious material is that good, then it made me actually rethink my like lightweight hating on Jordan Peele, and I was like, I got to give credit where it's due. I'm not like a complete hater. Like, if you
Right.
make something great, all right, bet, and that's
Yeah,
kind of how I
sure.
feel about it. He's good. He's got some suspenseful writing, good character build, and everything was like, I don't know, it was a good time.
Yeah,
Kind of makes you feel bad for Key.
Yeah, what's his
yeah,
deal again?
It kind of makes you feel bad for Key.
Bro, he
Like,
was
man,
Toad in
damn.
the Mario movie, bro. He's
yeah,
back.
right.
He's getting
Fine.
Who
paid.
was
The Mario movie?
who was he in the Mario movie? I don't remember.
Toad. He was Toad.
Right, I forgot he was
Oh,
Yeah,
Toad.
yeah,
That's a
Yeah, he
big
was
role.
Toad.
bro. He's
Yeah.
got a
Oh, he
bag, bro.
probably
He
paid
doesn't
for the
need.
rest of his life off of that. He's
Yeah, he
good.
doesn't
All
need
right.
the fucking serious movie money, bro.
Nah,
Right,
he's
because
paid.
like
He's good.
he does like he'll like pop up on the random like Netflix or Hulu show that
Yeah, like
runs
rom
for
com
like
type shit.
right,
Yeah.
like and you're
Yeah.
like all those shows get canceled after like a season or two. He might have been on the new season of The Studio, or maybe I just dreamt that. I can't
Uh,
remember. But like I don't know. Like
what?
he's the one. Actually, I'm sorry to cut you off, Cam. What were you saying?
Nah, you're good. I was trying to think. I was thinking, yeah, but Ike Barinholtz is in that shit, so Mad TV family type.
Right.
Oh hell yeah!
That's
Shout out Matt
funny.
TV.
Yeah, shout out Mad TV.
That was classic.
Wow. Yeah. No. Shout out to Wow. Yeah. No. Y'all just took me back to Mad TV.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was.
yeah, we're just
Mad TV was big as in my youth. Not having cable, I used to watch that
Hell
shit
yeah.
all the time.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
No. Like yeah. It's like 3 or 4 sketches. I started pulling out my. I started pulling out my head when we brought Mad TV. There was one where it was like a commercial of it was like making fun of like stuffed crust Pizza Hut shit, and like they would just it would be like it like started out with like the pizza, and then they started adding like stuffed crust to a bunch of different products, and it was like this like video cassette has a stuffed crust, and I don't know, like it's like that was always real funny to me. That and the John Madden stuff, those John
The
Madden
John
sketches were
Madden
always
shit was
Classic.
top tier.
What was the guy's name?
Frank Caliendo.
Caliendo. Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
I did used to watch TV
I'm
a
sta-
little bit, like as a kid, like after school. But then like movies, for whatever reason, man, I can't sit down for that long
That's
and
the
watch
same.
a movie.
It's all phone service.
No, I'll be wanting to do something else. I get bored.
Yeah, I feel it. But I mean, like Nope is one of those that's really gonna hold your attention. It's I don't know. Like I have a lot of feelings about Nope. It actually might be my favorite thing Peele ever made. Like even more than Get Out, honestly.
More than Keanu, dude?
See, this was gonna mess y'all up. I never seen Get Out.
You never, yo,
Oh
go
wow.
watch that. That's a good ass movie.
Yeah, make it happen, bro.
That's a
Yeah,
good
gotta
movie.
see that.
Especially like if no one has like spoiled it for like I didn't know what to expect at any point in that movie. People were always just like, "Yo, this is a good ass movie," and like I didn't see it for years. And finally seen it, and it was suspenseful and well written, and
Yeah, that's a
I
good
thought
ass
it was
movie.
a very very good horror movie.
Yeah,
It had a
yeah, and it's like right, and it's pulled from like you can see like 18 different influences in it. I don't want to say any because it will spoil some stuff, but like yeah,
Well,
just like
I already
really
read
just
the Wikipedia. I ain't gonna hold you.
all right, bro. All right,
You know
bro.
how I get down, man.
He's
All
reading
right.
movies. He's not
That's-
watching them,
yo.
he's reading them.
Yo, I have a
crazy.
I have a homie out here who does that shit too, and it makes me laugh. Shout out to Marco. I haven't seen him in a minute. But yeah.
That's mad funny.
Yeah, it's like
Shit,
it's like let me get to the part. I want to just know what happened. I understand that. You know what I mean?
That's not
Yeah,
the point of the movies, bro.
But it's
You gotta let it take
it's
you on
built
the
up
journey.
suspense, man.
Bro, I read the Wikipedia on Sinners too. I still want to
bro,
see
that's
it.
like listening to a song and like get to the beat switch already. I don't want to hear
That's
this.
You know what it was?
crazy.
The movie
Now
I
he
think
reads reviews. He don't even listen to music anymore. He just
No.
reads the reviews.
Bro,
the M Night Shyamalan movie, The Village. I saw that shit and I was like, bro, I'm never watching another movie again.
All right, bro.
bro.
Damn.
See,
I
so
get
now
it.
I gotta tell y'all a story. I literally broke up with a girl because we went to the movies and the two choices that we had was to see The Green Knight and Old. And she
Oh,
didn't
man,
want to see
y'all
The Green Knight. She wanted to go see Old. So we went and saw Old in the theaters. And that movie was so ass. We left the theaters. I literally broke up with her that night. I was like, I don't know. Like, hanging out with you just,
It was
it really
mad
wasn't
as
what I
hell.
thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
I think
that's
we should just be
OD.
friends. Like, I was
Yeah.
so mad. It wasn't exactly related to the movie choice, but it 100% was.
It
Because
didn't help.
I still haven't seen Green Knight. Like, I rarely
Oh,
go
man.
to the theater.
Damn.
So I'm
Green
like,
That's
Knight
a
bro,
is
good
that was
movie.
my
fire too.
only chance I was ever going to get to see that movie. And you made me go see Old.
Damn.
Yeah,
Green Knight was
They-
fire. You should see that.
for sure. Yeah, agree. Yeah, but bro, like bad taste really will like destroy a relationship, or you know, like incompatible taste will really destroy
Yeah.
the whole relationship. So
For sure.
that's
real.
crazy.
My roommate in college, he was seeing this girl. He brought her over. We were watching Airplane, and at the end of the movie, she didn't laugh one time. And I was like, "Yo, she's not the one, dude." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Yo, if she didn't think that movie was funny at all, she's not the one." And then he broke up with her, and he was like, "You were right. I should have listened to you." I was like, "Yeah, you should have."
That's a funny ass movie. I have seen that.
Yeah,
That's
it's funny
classic.
as shit. How you're not gonna
Yeah, I mean-
smile once?
Yeah, that's
I
a
could think
classic,
of
man.
like 3 bits
Right.
off the top of my head that are still
All
funny.
hilarious.
I'll go next. Speaking of bad taste, I like B movies. I saw the new Toxic Avenger.
Yo, how
Um,
is it? I meant to go see it earlier this past weekend.
it was cool. It's really wild to see like trauma shit like go to this big budget of like a movie like high production. Like it was good. It was surprisingly good for something that like you don't expect too much of in the sense of like, yo, it's Toxic Avenger. Like I know what I'm getting into. It's fun for a reason. Like I got memories of like as a kid going to the used record DVD store and we copped Toxic Avenger and like me and my best friend watched that shit and then he bought the rest of them. We're watching like a bunch of them, so like for me, it was cool, just like on a nostalgia tip, just like seeing like damn, Toxic Avenger is like kind of like Elijah Wood was great in it, Peter Dinklage. My biggest gripe was like the android eye that they had for Toxie. I didn't love
No.
that, but for the rest of it, it was funny. There was a couple good bits in there that is definitely worth. It's worth seeing in theaters. Definitely recommend.
Oh no.
Word. Yo, like like I had meant to go see it this past weekend, but I wound up going to see the Roses instead, which I enjoyed, but I probably would have enjoyed Toxic Avenger a bit more.
Yeah.
Real quick before we move on, Taylor, I think the car, I'm hearing a lot of sound from the car on your end, just so you
Oh.
know.
Okay. Do you need me to pull over somewhere?
I mean,
It's probably
I
best
don't
not.
know actually. Like what
Or
happened?
He on the
what
road.
about
Go ahead.
muting like when we're
You
not
just need me to
talking?
mute
If we're
it when
not
I'm not
talking, just
talking.
mute it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that works.
that works
That'd
too.
probably work.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. If not, I'll just pull
Yeah.
over.
gotcha.
Whatever,
Okay,
whatever. Oh, there it is.
word. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
it's clear
Yeah,
now.
just making
Yeah,
sure.
man.
But yeah, nah. Like I've been meaning to see Toxic Avenger. And ever since I found out that ever since I found out they were I think the company that made the movie is like donating $1 million to an organization that's gonna help wipe out like unpayable medical care or something. I'm like, I need to
Oh, I
go
didn't
see
even.
this movie.
That's
Like,
cool as hell.
That's what's up.
I didn't even know
yeah,
that.
yeah, no, that shit was fire. It just made me super happy to hear that people give
Hell
a
yeah.
shit. But also like I have a Toxic Avenger poster in the corner of my room. It's like
Oh, let's
right over
go.
there.
I
Oh, that's
can't.
sick.
Oh,
So
hold up.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's I think I got it. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
let's
got it.
go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I got it signed by Lloyd Kaufman and everything. Yeah, just
Rest in
like
peace. That's fire as fuck.
yeah, he's amazing, man. Love me some trauma. You know,
Hell yeah,
I'm a
man.
I'm a big trauma fan, so I feel you.
It's
Um,
worth seeing in theaters, man. It's gotta support, especially if like they waited 2 years to get it in theaters, trying to
right.
shop it around. Um, it's cool. It's really cool to see how far like something like that has come in the sense of like culturally and stuff like that. Like being like I wasn't like the coolest in high school, like in like that type of shit, and like it's on the forefront. Like not the forefront per se, but like it's bigger now. It's
It's
got
in
a
the
it's got an
movie
audience. It's got a
theaters.
stage.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's cool.
Phil, what about you before we move on?
I think the last movie I watched, we do this. Our friend, the Decades in Philly does a event once a month called Sights and Sounds, and it's like a music movie night kind of thing. And he
Ooh.
showed this movie called Duel to the Death. It was like a kung fu
Mm-hmm.
movie, China versus Japan. That shit was crazy as hell.
Mm.
Like
Yo,
really,
shout out to
really
Matt
good. Like
Decade.
really, really good. Like movie.
He
Just
always
Yeah.
like
has
Shout
that
out,
classic
man.
kung
vibe.
fu shit for real.
But he
That
always
shit is if you're ever in Philly when one of those shits go down, highly recommend because the producers make a tape off the soundtrack and like he's playing like the
Oh.
most obscure movie that you've ever seen half the time. Like
Yeah, it's a lot of like midnight movie, B movie type stuff, and like so yeah, he'll pick a producer from like Flip a B Club, whatever. Like we've all done it. You do a beats like a short 15-minute beat set based on the soundtrack of the movie, and then our homie Slim Corvelli DJs before and after the movie, kind of based on the genre of the movie we're watching. It's great. It's
yeah,
a good time.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm all about that shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like I'm, like
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
you would love it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the
man.
best. Yeah, for real, it's great.
God, yeah, I mean, like this is a multidisciplinary space, like an interdisciplinary space too. So like I'm like I've never seen nothing like that live. I've heard stories like about this specifically, but I don't get down to Philly enough, and I'm really trying to change that at some point. So
You
Very
definitely
true.
yeah,
should.
yeah, no, I'm gonna pull up on y'all at some point. Like I've been making promises, but I'm gonna finally make something happen. I'm gonna make something shake soon.
Yeah,
Philly's
it's
Hell
not
yeah.
called
that far.
sights. It's called Sights and Sounds. I'm gonna send you it.
Please, yeah, thank you.
It's not that
Q,
far,
what were
man.
you about to say? You said
So we're not that
sorry.
far. Philly and New York are like neighbors. Not in the same way as New York and New Jersey, but it's like we're like the down the street neighbor. You know what I mean? It's not that far.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, nah. It's on me, it's not on anybody else.
I
It's
be
on
in New
me.
York all the time. You know this.
That's true.
Exactly. So I gotta get my shit together. Um, but let me ask. Okay, I wanna briefly dig into everyone's viewing history from way back. So whoever wants to start, what's the first movie experience y'all could remember having? It could be at the theater. It could be at your cousin's house. Just like the first thing that comes to mind for you. Whoever
Yo,
wants to go first.
I want to go first because I actually remember this. Land Before Time.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
See the Land Before
That's
Time
sick.
at like age 3 and just being like, it's like one of those moments you like actually realize that you've gained like awareness about the world. I'm like watching the scene of his like mom dying, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like I'm like, this is what he said. And then it was just like, I just remember that vividly, and I must have watched it a million times as a child because that movie was tough as fuck. And
What
yeah, it's
what they
that.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying it's funny that you even said that because it like jogged that memory in my mind of like, oh shit, that is my first movie viewing experience for sure.
Oh, that's
That's funny,
hilarious.
man.
What did they call the leaves? Were the leaves like star? It was like star
Star,
something, right?
the little, or wait, what the fuck was it?
It was like
It wasn't
water
Star,
star.
it was Leaf.
Water Star sounds right, but
Or
I
something
can't
like that.
remember.
Yeah, they had like a real specific name for him that always made me laugh.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't remember what man, I have not a clue. I should watch it. I should start watching more
yeah,
movies on
go
yeah,
back.
Land Before
there
Time.
you go.
I'm gonna
Start from the
start with
beginning,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
start. You
start
got to
from
start from the very
Start from
beginning.
the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. No, start from the shit that's like in like that lizard brain section in
the
there, and
Right,
then
right.
it'll just like
literally.
yeah, literally, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. Shout out to Ducky and
Yeah.
Ducky, Littlefoot,
Littlefoot.
The whole
And
squad.
Sarah.
what was it?
Sarah was the
Sarah was
Triceratops,
the,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
What was the dummy's name?
Oh, he wasn't a Stegosaurus. He was I forget what type of I don't
Yeah, I'm
remember his
drawing a
name.
blank. I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know.
But
Yeah,
Good one though. That was a good movie. I'm about to do a letterbox
oh
on it.
yeah.
shout out. Who wants to go next?
Let
Taylor?
me see. I was gonna say, man, I feel bad because whenever I always hated all the movies that everybody else liked as a kid. Like I hated Sandlot, I hated The Goonies, I hated Land Before Time. All of the like the cartoon movies. There was like I had a bunch of girl cousins. Like it was like me and my boy cousin, and then like 15 girl cousins and my sister.
Word.
And so it was like I just felt naturally opposed to anything that they was rocking with. Like if they was rocking with it, I was like, nah, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a
That's where
lot of
Hate
stuff I
Island
probably got to go
started.
back. Yeah, literally. To say, I feel like there's a lot of movies that came out when I was a kid that I got to go back. Like I put my kids onto the Sandlot and they love it. My kids love the Goonies. Like all these movies that I hated, like my kids love now. So I'm getting to re-experience them. You know what I'm saying? For the first time, like not trying to be a menace. You know what I mean?
Word.
But like one of the very first memories I have, or like my best memory, I feel like of movies or going to the theater was like I think I was in like the 6th grade. I had just transferred schools over to the same school that my sister went to, and like I was kind of getting in trouble, and I was kind of going through adolescence or whatever. And I remember one day I got called down to the office, and I was like, oh shit, like what did they catch me doing now? And my dad was in the office, and I thought I was cooked. And he actually ended up like taking me out of school, and we went to the theater and saw American Gangster in the theater, like in the middle of the day for the matinee. Like he took me out of
Hard.
school, and like
Yeah,
we went and
that's
saw
sick.
that. And like that movie, just the whole thing about it, it just like blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? I remember that was like one of the first movies I remember watching and being like, understanding what makes a movie like actually be a good movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of my very first like earliest memories of the theater, and just like, my first time actually like having a real good time at the theater, like a moment that I knew I wouldn't forget, like as far as all that. It was like a life-changing experience, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, man, and like I don't. I mean, like I think I might have seen the first. I might have seen that one around similar circumstances, but like the movie, Denzel in it, the whole cast, him as Frank Lucas, the Jay Z soundtrack. To this day,
Yeah.
that's still my favorite Jay Z album. I don't know
Talk
if that's a
about it.
hot
Damn.
take or
Oh
not,
yeah,
Okay.
but
Talk
like
about it.
that.
Okay.
That's yeah. I've always loved American Gangster. Like
yeah.
from like it's really that and oh, maybe in my lifetime too. I want to say
Volume
those are my
three, man.
two those are my
Volume
two
three is
Hove
the one
albums.
people don't know. Jay Z was
Volume
rapping
three is dope
fast,
too.
though. He was going
But yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
nah,
man.
that was one of my first times I ever remember like just doing like some real like dude shit with my dad. Like just me and him going to do some shit
Yeah,
that I was like, I ain't even supposed to be watching this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
We went and saw an
Yeah.
R-rated movie in the middle of the day, and then I think he ended up taking me back to school. Like he was playing hooky from work too, so I had to go do all of this and then go back to school and try to act like I was a regular person after being exposed to Frank Lucas.
Oh, that's everything.
Yeah, that's funny,
That's
man.
I love it. My dad, like, he didn't take me out of school to go see it, but he took me. One of the first memories I have of me doing that with my dad, we went to go see. He took me to see Sin City when Sin City came out.
Fire.
At this mall near our crib that had like just
Classic.
they had just opened up this like real nice AMC movie theater there, and like he was like, "Let's go see Sin City," and or no, I told him I wanted to see it, and he's like, "Let's go," and I had to have been like 13, 14, 15, so that was a cool
That's
memory.
that's
I'll give
cool.
y'all another theater. I'll give y'all
Um,
another theater experience just for the laughs of it. One time for a Christmas movie, we as a family, like as a family unit with children, adults mixed, and like my sister had her new boyfriend with her, all kind of stuff. We went and saw The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo for Christmas as a family, and had
wow.
no idea what we were walking into. Hold up, y'all can see. We, still to this day,
That's
we laugh
funny,
about
man.
that all the time because we had no idea what we were walking into. It was like, this is not a Christmas movie. But
Nah, not
Wow.
even a little bit.
You took the crib with you. That's funny as hell, man. To the fucking wow. And yeah, that was the David Fincher one too. With
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure we took my grandma
Shit.
with us.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd she feel about the girl with the dragon tattoo?
Not good. Not good. Nobody, everybody left the theater in silence.
God damn, son.
Merry Christmas.
I'm not familiar
Shit.
with it.
Uh,
I gotta
Filth, what about you?
yeah. I used to I didn't have cable, and my grandma had cable. And she lived around the corner, so I used to go to her house. She'd always be watching like old movies. I definitely seen like The Birds by Hitchcock, like way too young. But I vividly remember uh, back when you had to like watch the pay per view. You had to call in the number to like order. I
Uh-huh.
remember ordering Batman Returns as a
Fire.
kid at my grandma's house. The Danny DeVito is the Penguin.
Yeah.
That's a classic childhood memory for sure.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
man. That aunt like Danny DeVito as the penguin might be the scariest anyone's ever looked on a camera ever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell, I
Like
think him eating the fish raw like that too,
yeah,
like solidified
that's a
it.
great movie. But yeah,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I was mad young watching that. But yeah, then I just remember, yeah, I used to watch movies with my grandmom all the time. She always had like Turner Classic Movies on,
Yeah.
put me on to like Hitchcock. But then she also like I remember watching like Robin Hood Men in Tights first
Wow.
time at her crib. Classic
Yeah.
movie. She played both sides. She liked like funny like comedies, and then she also loved like Hitchcock movies and old like sci-fi movies from the 50s.
Wow. Like yeah, like I mean like, I'm always curious about people's like oldest memories with like older sci-fi shit. You remember any specific ones that come to mind?
Nah, they were always just like just like really bugged out, like bad monsters, like the Swamp Thing, like that type of stuff, aliens. I don't know any of
Yeah.
them by name. I was too little to remember. I just remember being like, "This is a crazy movie."
That's a good
That's
genre
hard.
too, like the crazy ass, like bugged out old
Yeah, like
school, like
50s, like
old
drive-in
sci-fi.
sci-fi
Yeah,
movies.
That's what I
easily,
Yeah,
watch the
easily.
most of.
Best
So
sound
like,
bites too.
yeah, exactly. I sample those shits like all the time, constantly.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, there's this one joint that I might have seen like 10, 15 years ago. It's called From Hell It Came. It was like some movie about these scientists working on an island, and one of them does an experiment that turns him into like a giant walking tree man with like a ceremonial dagger in it's
That's
Oh
so
man,
that's this kind of
it's
shit that the Misfits are singing
I
about in
need
all their songs, man. Like
right
those, like,
like
I need to
there's
see whatever that is.
yeah, no, you
I'm
definitely need to tell us what that is.
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure it's called From Hell It Came, and like it was like it was so bad that like it must have come out in like the 40s or the 50s. One of the most famous movie reviews ever is of this movie, and it's like 6 words. Like the person like for the movie, the 6 words they wrote were "and to hell it can go." Like
Damn,
that's how bad that movie
it's
is.
got
Yeah,
no rating. I just looked it up. It's got no rating.
yeah. I gotta find this.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
gotta find
watching
this.
this shit.
My fault. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to shout out the Real Notes Patreon one time. For as little as $5 a month, you get exclusive goodies like video of every interview, 2-day early access to every interview, an invite to the Real Notes Discord server, exclusive access to the Real Talk Movie Night archive, and early pre-sale links for all live events. If you want to give a little more, you get other exclusives like retro 60-second movie reviews and monthly 90-minute workshops with me, where we can discuss whatever creative questions or projects you might have going on. Head over to patreon.com/realnotes. That's REELNOTES to join right now. I repeat, all videos will only be available on the Patreon. Thanks for listening. Shout out to my patrons. Now let's get back to talking.
Tubi,
Yeah,
let's
nice.
go. Shout out Tubi. I'm
Oh, it's on
catching it.
Tubi?
YouTube.
Let's
Yeah, no,
go.
we're watching
Of
that
course it's
tonight.
on
Yeah,
Tubi.
That's
How can
fire.
it not be on Tubi,
Exactly.
That's
man?
What doesn't Tubi have, bro? Hell yeah, I'm
they got
watching
it
it.
all,
Hey,
man.
yeah, no, like Q said, shout out to YouTube for sure. Cause yeah,
Yeah, anything that came out
hella
before like
gems.
1990 is on YouTube, like for free.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah,
here's another random movie that I just saw that reminded me of. There's a movie on Netflix. I think it's like Polish. I don't even remember how I ended up watching this. It's called Hellhole. I read the Wikipedia before I watched it, of course. But it's actually fire. The end of the movie, like it's definitely a B movie, foreign horror flick. You know what I'm saying? Watch it with the subtitles. Don't do the voiceover. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? But the
Yeah.
actual movie itself, like if they took it and remade it, it would be amazing for sure.
All right,
Damn.
sub not dub for everything. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, sub not
Yeah.
dub.
Yeah.
Like
Not for everything that's like anime is the only exception for me. Sometimes, like not
It,
every anime dub is good, but the
it
good
depends
ones
on
are
how you
really good.
the
start watching the
Cowboy
anime.
Bebop
If you
dub is
started,
better. The Cowboy Bebop dub in English is better than the original in Japanese.
I
I
I
think
remember
with
the
think
first time I tried to watch Akira. I had a dub, and it was like everybody sounded like 80s California surfers, and I was like, I'm not watching this fucking movie. And then
yeah.
I went and like found the subtitle version. I was like, oh, this movie is incredible. But like the dub ruined it for me at first.
fact. All right, I can. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you're introduced to. I feel like the anime. Like if you're introduced like Toonami, like you're watching the dub. You're
Yeah,
watching the
yeah,
dub. Because
Yeah.
usually they
Uh-huh.
pick good shit. But otherwise, I'm not trusting the dub. I'm sticking subtitles.
Word.
yeah.
Kane, I think you're the last one before we move on.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
First, I tell this story. There's two movies, but the one that always sticks to me, and now it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But my my best friend as a kid, his parents were like, going through a divorce. It was early 2000s, so a lot of that type of shit. And I was there a lot though. It was the house that we hung out at. It was my best friend, whatever. And they didn't have rules on what they were allowed to watch. I didn't have cable as a kid. I wasn't even allowed to watch. I used to sneak down in the basement to watch The Simpsons.
Mm.
But at my friend's house, they were watching whatever, right? So I'd be able to see everything. And one time, his dad puts on The Thing, and all, and I, all I remember is the blood test scene, with them doing that, and I jumped up screaming. I was like 6. I jumped up like in the corner, like I need to go home, like I can't be here. Like I started crying and shit. Like I was terrified. I was
Damn.
terrified,
Damn,
and
they really got you.
bro, I was 6 years old watching The Thing. Like there's something,
Yeah, no,
that's
you definitely shouldn't have been watching that shit.
but
Nah,
like
man. Amazing movie. One of my
ama-
favorites ever, but yeah,
it's
totally.
easily one of my favorite movies ever. Like rewatching, I was like, oh wow, like. But I could also see like the practical effects freaked me the fuck out. And
Yeah.
then the other one was It. I saw It because my dad loved Stephen King, and fucking I remember not wanting to use the bathroom at school because I just imagined fucking
Yeah, cause
Pennywise, fucking what's his
It's in
name,
there.
popping out of the fucking vent. That shit fucked me up forever. So 2 horror movies. Well, sci-fi, classic sci-fi, and then the horror movie. But like, I love sci-fi now. The Thing is my fucking one of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, I
yeah.
was scared as hell.
Yeah, no, I rewatched The Thing earlier this year on a whim. What like that's whenever I judge anything, whether it's music, movies, whatever, like the first question is always, is this the best version of what it's trying to be? And I can't imagine a movie doing The Thing better than The Thing. It's just it's
No,
perfect. Like I don't do perfect anything. That's a perfect fucking movie, beginning to end.
hell yeah.
Acting's great. It's so well directed. Like the effects are like I
Kurt
remember I
Russell's big ass cowboy hat, like
right, yeah, yeah, and fucking Keith David's every
yeah. Oh
like
my,
that. Yeah, what a legend! Shout out
yeah,
to like I'm a give it up to Keith David every time. Anything he's in, I'm watching and I don't give a
hell
shit.
yeah, hell
He's
yeah. And
and
voice acting career took off, and like
yeah,
in
man.
the new season of King of the Hill, like
Right. Yeah, yeah, he's on King of the Hill. He's
Wicked
the
too.
president on Rick and Morty.
Rick and
He's
Morty,
fucking
yeah.
he's fucking Spawn.
Yeah, he's
Like
Spawn. Like there's no other thing need to be said.
right.
He's Spawn.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love The Thing. I could talk about it all day. But next question. So like y'all start to get older, you develop your tastes, become adults or maybe not adults depending on how y'all answer this question, but I mean like Taylor already jumped at it, but like I like to think of this next one as a capital M movie, one that really stopped you in your tracks and connected with you in like a emotional, artistic, or spiritual way that's like beyond just like this movie's pure entertainment. Or it could be something that was so transcendently entertaining that it was art in and of itself, which I think is also valid. But yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, who wants
I'll
to
go.
go
I
first?
got to think about that one for a minute.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
thinking like when I was in high school, like the Monty Python movies were like everything to me. Like
Yeah, bro.
all that shit. Like me and my boys we used to go line for line in like some of those movies. That was one of the best parts of the kung fu movie I was talking about, the Duel to the Death. There's like a
Word.
scene in that movie where like the scene in Holy Grail where the guy gets his arm cut off and he's like, oh, it's
Uh
just a
huh.
scratch.
It's such a
There's a
flesh
scene,
wound. Yeah.
yeah, there's a scene like that in the kung fu movie, but like they're dead serious and they keep fighting and they got no legs and they just keep going. Um, but yeah, I would say like the Monty Python shit's like, because it's really dumb at a lot of points, but like it's super smart, like thought out
Yeah.
shit too.
Right. Yeah, no, like for me, those movies like that and like Life of Brian and like all
All
that
that
shit, it's
shit.
like it's like I like to think of that as like dumb in a smart way. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
like
Like
that's
I went to Catholic school my whole life, and Life of Brian was like,
oh yeah.
if you were offended by that movie, it's like I know what kind of person you are, and I'm not sure if I want to hang out with you. But if you thought it
Yeah.
was funny, then we can be friends.
Yeah, I had a homie who had Holy Grail on DVD, and we used to run it back a bunch. I saw when it was on Broadway, my family took me
The
to see
Spam-A-Lot joint.
Spam-A-Lot. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
seen that.
We
Yeah,
somewhere, I think my sister might still have it somewhere in their room. Like they sold the coconuts that they would clack to make the,
incredible.
the horse sound. I
Yeah,
think
the
we still have
horses,
those somewhere. Yeah.
incredible.
So
But
yeah, I haven't watched I haven't watched any of them in years, but like the ending of Holy Grail where they're about to do the big fight and then
And
the
yeah,
whole
the
film
cops are
crew
like,
comes
"That's
out on it. Yeah,
enough."
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely one of the earliest examples I remember of a movie of recognizing that a movie was breaking the fourth
Was a
wall. You
movie.
know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny because
like
like, and fucking like George Harrison from the Beatles like funded those movies because he just said he wanted to see them.
oh
Like they
shit, I
ran out
didn't.
of they ran out of money on either Holy Grail or Life of Brian, and he like put up the money because he was just like, yeah, I want to see the rest of this movie,
That's dope.
which is great to me. Yeah,
That's fire. Who wants to go next?
Shit, I'll go next.
Let's
Um,
go.
Man, I think for me, I honestly think it was Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind. That was the first movie I remember that was
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, this is movies. I saw that movie way too young. Like, I remember we got it. I don't even think my family liked it. We got it in like the DVDs for the Netflix. It was back when Netflix used to send you the movies in the mail. And I
Uh-huh.
remember I took it and it was like a Jim Carrey movie. I thought it was going to be funny or something else. And I remember taking it. I watched it by myself, like upstairs in my parents' room. And I was just like blown away by this movie, just the whole, like, everything of it. I had never seen, like, I was still like a kid at the time that I saw it. So I had never seen anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's still a movie like
you
that
thought
I
you were
go
about to
back
watch
to
The
now.
Mask when you
Yeah, I
got
thought it
into
was gonna be
that.
kind of funny or whatever. Some parts of it are funny, you know what I'm saying? But like that movie, and I remember watching Being John Malkovich and being like, I don't know if any of y'all have
Classic.
seen that movie, Being John Malkovich.
Yeah,
Oh,
See,
I
this is
have.
classic.
Yeah,
here's
yeah,
another one.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
thread, more Wikipedia stuff. But even Jordan Peele has like liked it. There's a fan theory that Being John Malkovich is the lead up to Get Out, because the lady that's in
Damn.
Being John Malkovich who discovers the ear hole, she's the same character in Get Out,
Oh
the
yeah, she
psychologist. It's
is.
the same lady, bro.
That's
So
Catherine Keener.
if you
Yeah,
read those fan
crazy.
theories, Jordan Peele actually was like, I never thought of that, but I like it. I'm adopting that. So he adopted the fan theory and like technically made it canon. You know what I'm saying? But Being John Malkovich and
That's
Eternal
hard.
Sunshine for the Spotless Mind were movies that I saw that I felt like broke the rules for movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, this is completely different than anything I was expecting to
There we
watch.
go.
This is weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, those two movies were, you know what I'm saying, the movies that I feel like stuck with me the most and like impacted, for it, like laid out the archetype for what a good movie is to me. So now all the movies that I
Yeah,
like, I was even just talking about this with my homegirl who's in the movies, where I'm talking to her, I'm putting her on the movies or telling her the movies I like. And as I'm looking through all the movies, I'm like, damn, there's a common thread here. There's definitely some shit tying all of these movies together. It's like No Country for Old Men, The Killer, Drive. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah,
definitely a
yeah.
pattern here for who I am. But yeah, Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind for sure. Like,
I love it.
yeah,
Like I mean, like thinking about John Malkovich, like that ending is still one of like the saddest and scariest endings ever, because like son is mind hopping and then he's just trapped in this little girl's head for the rest of his life, and or maybe the rest of her life, maybe eternity, who fucking knows. And he has to watch these two women who fell in love with he has to watch their romance happen through their, it's just, yeah, like just
yes,
like the
and he
thought of,
wanted her.
right, exact. You know, like just
Yes,
like the thought of the thought of being trapped in somebody else's body and having no control over that and just kind of having to like live somebody else's life in that way is
yeah,
fucking terrifying to me.
right.
It's one of the
And the
scariest things. Yeah, crazy.
just the theme of like wanting to be somebody else, right? And then like the ultimate of being trapped in that. Like now
Yeah,
you really are somebody else
careful
now.
what
You
you
know what
wish
I'm
for
saying?
type shit. Yeah,
Yeah. And then even with the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, like I feel like those movies are like intrinsically tied together just for that, because they're both like very much be careful what you wish for type of movies.
definitely.
And it's just like I don't know. It was just a trip watching these movies lay out where the theme became so cyclical, where it was like the second time I watched it, you pick up on all the stuff that you missed the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, like that's what makes movies classics. You start to like pick up on things, and it just becomes deeper and deeper, and it just like that relationship is key to that whole process. Um, Kane, what about you?
Oh man. Oh man. I'm a movie guy. I got the AMC Stubs pass. I'm
You and me
buying
both,
films.
brother. You
Let's go.
already.
Let's gang. Um, but like when I've always loved movies, but there was like a time in high school I got kicked out of my crib. The person I was living with, his family was going to Europe to see their family. All I had to do was get a passport. So I got a passport, and I remember we got the Adam West Batman 66 movie, and we bought whatever over in Amsterdam. You were able to buy liquor, like whatever, but I just remember like that movie like clicking with me, like damn, like there's magic in all these shits. Like I've seen like great movies before that and all that, but like it sounds stupid, but like Batman 66 is like that whimsy of like I don't know, like you feel like a kid watching it. It's fun, it's funny, like there's practical effects that are great in it, like and you could tell they had a good time making it. To me, it's one of the best Batman movies. Like Adam West is one of the best Batmans. Like the
Oh,
Batman
easy.
movie, the Batman 66 like for whatever reason is like my pinnacle of like yeah, like I love movies. You should check this one out, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's something so special and pure about like the whimsy that comes with like that era of Batman, and like how colorful it is and over the top, and like I never like to call stuff like that campy because it just feels like very like sincere. But
Yeah,
like
like
I don't know, like it's just fun. Like it's just really like how can we make this fun thing interesting? And it's just like a really great example of that.
bro, it
Movie's
starts
fire.
off with him kicking a rubber shark off his foot, and he gets a shark repellent, like a can of shark repellent, bro. Like he
Yeah,
said, "Pass me the shark repellent," and then he's got stingray repellent next to it, like all these other things next to it. It's like, how'd you think of that? I don't know. It's just
yeah.
fun. It's just fun. It's funny. It's a good
Word, yeah,
time.
like Batman and his weird ass gadgets were always like,
Yeah,
especially
Yeah.
like in that era, just like yeah, it's like oh yeah, like I got like my like rubber duck tire spray or some, like just
yeah,
like something
yeah.
that makes no fucking sense, but it's great. I don't know, that shit is I like. It's cool to be silly. I wish more people were cool with being silly sometimes.
Hell yeah.
But Q, I think you're the last one before we move on.
Yeah, like I said, I really had to think about this just in terms of movies that I've even seen at all. And but what's funny is I
Right.
was like going back through your episodes, and I seen the Sudoku joint, and I know that he mentioned The Wall, and
Uh
I
huh.
really loved Pink Floyd The Wall because I think it was like
That's a
around the time I
great
started smoking
movie.
weed, and it was like the thing to do. It's like super cliche, but you know what I mean. I'm in the suburbs smoking weed. It's like we're gonna end up watching The Wall at some point, and
Yeah.
that shit like it changed the way I thought about movies because I was like, oh, I thought every movie just had to be a movie. You know what I mean? Just like beginning, middle. Like this movie is an album. You know what I mean? And I guess I'd never
Yeah.
seen anything like that or any like weirder like alt shit. It didn't really have an exact like beginning, middle, end. It was just the album and visualizations of it is a bunch of music videos and
That's like a
crazy.
classic high school experience watching
Classic
that
high school,
movie.
smoke weed
Mm-hmm.
and watch The
Yeah,
Wall and just be like, whoa, dude! Like when Empty Spaces comes on and like all this, it's like, god damn. Like this is
yeah.
interesting. But I
Yeah.
remember that kind of changing what I thought about movies and about visual media. Just like, oh, okay, you can make a movie be anything. Similar to I never saw this movie, but like Blair Witch Project, like I never saw it,
Yeah.
but just the way people would bitch about it and the way people would talk about it, and like I knew what it was. I'm like, this is a movie. Like you can make this be your movie, and it can be like the biggest movie in the world. Like everything doesn't have to follow a formula like that. Those types of ones always kind of sat with me differently. But I'm gonna
Right.
run this back and watch all the movies y'all mentioned because I know I've never seen any of them.
Yeah, nah, man. Having
Go
having
watch
some of those.
Batman, man.
Yeah,
I
go
gotta
go
watch.
go go watch Adam West Batman. That's the one right there. But yeah, like I mean, like I think I mentioned it on the Sudoku episode. I've definitely had I definitely had the experience where the homie sat me down and we all watched The Wall. Like, it's yeah, like like it's a few movies that are just kind of like not even so much like visuals for an album, but are just kind of a little like freer form and are kind of like geared around music in that way that really stuck to my ribs growing up. So, yeah, like I love stuff like that doesn't feel the need to like it tells a story. It's just not telling the story in like the conventional like the Steven Spielberg movie, beginning, middle, fight
Yeah,
scene, action scene, chase scene, romance, comedy
and
bit.
they
Like it doesn't always have to be that shit.
and they
Exactly.
got like the animation sequences that are really cool in the
Yeah, that was
wall.
dope.
Yeah.
That was like the whole
Yeah,
trial, like all that stuff. It's just
all
like,
that. Yeah.
who did this? And this is like pre CGI computer. Not that like the making computer art isn't art, or that it's like not, or that it's easy to do or something, but like that shit was hand drawn and was just like,
Right.
so even like Fantasia, like some of the older, more animated shit, you're like, yo, this is serious media. Like this is more serious even than people acting, because this is people sitting there working, like drawing this
Hmm.
shit, bringing it
Yeah.
truly to life. Like that shit has always been really cool to me. A lot of like more animated, like bigger films and shit like that.
Word. Yeah, nah, I just screened The Iron Giant with Navy Blue last week, and a
I
big
wanted to go
part
to
of
that
why I
too.
love that. What you say?
I wanted to go to that, man. That's a great movie, and Navy Blue's great.
Yeah, truly.
And that movie
And
made
like,
all my kids cry.
Movie made
oh
me cry.
man, yeah. It was making everybody fucking cry at the thing, and like that's one of the reasons I love The Iron Giant, because like it was one of the last like hand drawn movies that Warner Brothers made before they just like before CG officially took over, and just like watching over it and just like being able to see like the drawings happening on the backgrounds, and I don't know, like it's just it really itches something in the back of my brain. I love hand drawn animation. I really value and appreciate anybody who wants to keep that form alive. I'm a big Cuphead fan. I played the game
Facts.
through
Fire.
twice specifically
You beat it
because of that.
twice?
I beat it twice, bro.
What the fuck? I need
Yeah.
tips, bro.
I don't know, because like it took me Grim Matchstick literally took me a month to beat. I couldn't crack the egg. It was
Yeah.
terrible. But
That,
like but
me and
yeah,
my wife play it together. We get frustrated, bro. It's not,
yeah. It's
Yo,
a, it's a rough one, but it's what? Tell me.
I was gonna say, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. The real
You're
quick
good.
before I even forget this, you saying the Iron Giant, for whatever reason, a similar era and like similar like last of its kind animation, like James and the Giant Peach, also is one of those Capital M
big
movies. And
classic.
that movie,
Mhm.
like,
Classic.
I was like, whoa, where's like that shit was dead serious, yo. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like happy. It was sad. It was funny. It was like it was
Uncomfortable,
great.
like all of it.
Yeah, that shit was weird as I love. See, that was a movie that when I was younger, I threw that in the cassette player and watched it. Like I would watch
Hell
that
yeah.
7, 8 times. I
Platinum.
loved James and the Giant Peach. Like, ugh, God, I might actually watch that again tonight. It's been years
Me
because I
too.
know that
Run
shit's
it
on
up.
Disney Plus. But okay,
Damn,
I
that's a good
wanna.
suggestion.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna do
Um,
that.
That's one of the ones I'm surprised they haven't done one of these big budget live action remakes for. Like
They
James and the
can't,
Giant
bro.
Peach,
They
the
can't.
remake live action shit would go crazy.
and
Nah, they can't.
I hope they never touch that shit
Yeah, me
in that
too.
way.
Me too.
Like I think you're right, but I don't want to see it.
Half the charm of it is that style. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't need to see a hyper realistic Peach and fucking
You're
bugs. Like, nah,
probably
fuck
right,
that.
but don't let me be the CEO of some shit because I'm cashing out, baby. We out here.
Let's go, son. We up. That's funny as hell. Yeah, no, I'm a rewatch it again and report back. Thank you for that, Q. I'm happy that happened. That movie's great. But let's before we get into the album, I want to do the same thing with music for y'all. So like, when did music become capital M music for everybody here? Not even in terms of wanting to make music, but just fucking with music, liking it, being fascinated by it.
um, I I guess for me, like middle school, I got I used to sit down in the basement and watch YouTube music videos. And when they had that whole platform I was running up Weird Al, Eminem, like all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started, started getting some money doing chores, and there was the same store we got Toxic Avenger from. we would go and buy used CDs from. And I just remember like just going through shit like the Roots, fucking Wu Tang. Like I remember my friend gave me Enter the 36 Chambers. I think that was seventh grade, and then he started giving me his folder of CDs, and I started going through like the Dog Pound, like all this shit, and like
Mm.
just really diving in around then, and just I've always been, I love an album top to bottom, and I had a CD player in my car, and I would run albums into the ground, so I would say middle school for real. I met my one friend Devin, and like he started putting me onto all this shit, and then I started walking to this place buying my own shit and forming my own taste off of what like I found like, oh, all right, this is what I like. Like hip hop's where it's at. I like obviously classic rock shit here and there, but like middle school I found like hip hop like that, and I started just buying albums every time I got $20. I went and dropped that 20 at Tunes and just bought whatever used CD, and trying to support them once I got more money. Like, oh, this person dropped da da da. Like I gotta support the album matters. So
Yeah,
yeah, middle
man.
school.
That's yeah, like you're preaching to the fucking choir. I still have my CD book full of like all the CDs that I loved
Same.
growing up, and it was like it's weird because it was a combination because like I started out with CDs naturally because yeah I think we're all at least old enough for the CD era,
Yeah.
but then like once I discovered Pirate Bay, I just started downloading. Like I,
Going
I started I
crazy.
I started mainlining this guy. I downloaded
Same.
I downloaded every Prince album, every Wu Tang album, every you name it. Like like I was in college and I was just like, give me everything. I was
All
a
of it.
big I got into Coheed and Cambria through college in college
Oh
because
shit.
a bunch of homies had like my homie Martin. Shout out to fucking Martin. I haven't seen him in years from Connecticut. He came to visit the homies Sean and people. Shout out to Sean and Drew and yeah, all those dudes. They're all great. They Martin brought every Coheed CD, I think from Second Stage Turbine up to I think the most recent one might have been Year of the Black Rainbow, which I think we all Year of the Black Rainbow is not good. But like I heard but
It has
like
a couple
that's how I
fucking
first
joints.
heard. You think so?
It's got like one or two like joints that I think are really good, and I think that's the one that Chris Penny was drumming on. So
I'm pretty sure.
for that reason, I'll be like, all right, I like Chris Penny, so I like the drum parts, but yeah, it's the rest of it is not hitting. Not like No World for Tomorrow. Like to go from No World for Tomorrow,
Nah, man.
it's not good. But I mildly defend that album because I fuck with Coheed that much.
Word. What which I don't want to dwell too much, but here we are. Juggernaut was Year of the Black Rainbow, right? I think.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah, just making
definitely.
sure.
And that joint's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that song.
there was I'm trying to think. There's another one. I'd have to find it. But there's some joints like it gets real glitchy and like synthy and weird. But like some of this shit kind of
Hmm.
works. Some of it is just overkill and I don't want to hear it. But that's the type of risk you run when you have that sort of voice and that sort of tone and you're trying that much new
Right,
shit. If it's annoying, even if it's kind of annoying, it's real annoying. You know what I mean? So I feel
right.
like they kind of can
Yeah,
walk that line in terms of tonality. But I fucking love
yeah,
I love all that shit, especially probably yeah. The first joint, second stage,
yeah.
and
Yeah, no.
oh no,
Second stage is
actually, Keeping Secrets. I'm in a Dylan. You might not know this, but I was in a Coheed cover band.
no shit.
We
Damn.
we played all of that one album with the four on it, but Good Apollo. We played the whole album front to back.
Yeah.
Like 30 people showed up. We spent like a year learning how to play that album.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
No. Like at some point, we got to talk more Coheed.
yeah,
Like that.
we can
That's
do that. I fucking love Coheed.
yeah. That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, like, just like, yeah, just taking in all that. Like I was already listening to music. I was listening to music a ton. I grew up in a musical household. My dad's big into music, so like it was all just there anyway. But like it's really just is something that experience of just like being put on by people and then having the CDs, like going from trading CDs to trading digital files and just like I don't know, like like I consumed so much of my early rap through CDs and tapes, and then just like the internet made it. It's like fucking 400 million people have the same story, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
relate 100%. Like late registration, Kanye's late
Facts.
registration, Speaker Box of Love Below, and Once again, the Nutty Professor 2, the Clump soundtrack.
Gotta check
Got a
that shit
lot of
out.
burn I don't know. Yeah,
I
it
just looked at the
that
track list. There's joints on there for
it goes
sure.
stupid, son.
I'm about to run it
Crazy
up.
there's this crazy LL Cool J song. Music Soul Child's big song is on there. Missing You is on there. Janet Jackson's Doesn't Matter. Like
Yeah,
just song hits on hits on
Janet
hits, man.
Jackson, one of Janet Jackson's biggest songs is on that album, man.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Man,
I
come
love
on, the
it.
remix. Stop playing.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That album is everything to me. But
That's so
anyway,
fucking.
who
Bro,
wants
you
to
know
go
what's
next?
crazy is what's another movie? Clockers.
Yeah,
It's
Spike
a
Lee.
early, it's an early Spike Lee joint. I think it's called
Yeah.
Clockers.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy soundtrack. Movie soundtracks used to really get busy though. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like
School of
Yeah.
the
Rock
movie
soundtrack. Come on,
soundtracks
man.
used to really have joints on them. They used to like. I feel like there was a point in time in like the late '90s, early 2000s where they was putting rappers in the movies just to get them niggas on the
The
soundtrack.
song.
You
Word.
know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
easy.
Like,
Yeah, no, that happened with what's it called? That happened like Ja Rule has a career because he was on the Rush Hour soundtrack.
yes.
Like
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's Can I Get a, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Can I get a
Yeah, yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
You?
Like
Yo,
yeah, no.
Rush Hour.
Rush
That's
Hour.
a
Shout
10
out to
out of
Rush
10
Hour,
album right
man.
Shout
there.
out to.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
no.
Rush Hour, man.
Soundtrack.
That movie
That's a
was that
great
movie
soundtrack.
was
That
a
had
cult.
Cisco and shit.
Yeah.
It
The
had
movie
everything you
and
needed.
the soundtrack cultural canon event like and
Yeah.
like I never say this, you had to be there. Rush Hour and Rush Hour
Yes.
2, you had to be there, you know, like
Niggas stick weed.
like
Classic.
Classic.
I've been meaning to run those back. Yeah, those movies will always be in the back, in the back of my brain too. But before but who else wants to go next before we move on to
What was the question? Like
future
super
stuff?
influential music.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, there's been more influential things before this, but the most influential, and I'm just gonna keep saying it. It's always gonna be Mad Villainy. It's always gonna be Mad
Yeah,
Villainy,
man.
bro. And like that, because a lot of things
Can't be
influenced
said
me
enough.
before, but that is like because I make beats. Like I've rapped before. I'll rap here and there. If Kane brings me enough Miller High Lifes, I'll rap. You know what I mean? But I'm not a
I'm
rapper.
gonna
But
get you on that. I'm gonna figure out how to get you on it on the
the
2000 XL
beats
joint.
like that was I remember hearing that shit like on some Adult Swim shit or something, and it's being like, yo, I want to hear this beat forever. And like Flying Lotus, same thing. I was like, I could listen to this beat forever. Like somebody cracked the code on like, and also in that same realm of beats that I wanted to hear nonstop, David Banner play horniest song they ever put on the radio.
He
Wow.
said
You know
horniest
his South
song they
Paris
ever
shit.
put on.
Did we lose him? That
Yeah.
beat is ridiculous.
He'll
So
be
that
back.
that beat with the fucking synth is like stupid, and that was also on
Yeah.
Adult Swim. Shout out! I guess the real answer is Adult Swim.
Shout out Adult
Yeah,
Swim.
Yeah. Shout out
yeah,
Adult Swim,
facts.
man.
It all
What
comes back
yeah,
to Adult Swim. Damn, I
what an
gotta
Yeah.
start
era.
doing this beat.
Yeah. What
One of
happened?
my earliest is we used to have a public access music video show on Saturday nights in Philly called Tunes with a Z because it was the 90s.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
that used to come on after ECW wrestling, so that was like the Saturday night routine. But I remember seeing BC Boys music video on there as a kid, and then that was like extremely formative. Like, and then later, a couple years later, a friend of mine that lived on the street, his dad ran a video and CD like rental store, and he had Get Rich or Die Trying like a month before everybody else, and I had that on
Mm.
burnt CD, and we
That's a
just
real
kept it on
classic.
our block. We just told people we had it, but no one else heard it. We kept it on our street.
That is a real
Those are
classic.
like two very formative like musical memories in childhood for
I
sure.
That's crazy because I can't imagine keeping a song like 21 Questions a secret.
We told people like we heard the whole CD and like they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, let me get it." I was like, "Nah, you gotta wait, or you can pay me and I'll burn you a CD, but I'm not
Yeah,
giving it to you for
gatekeeper.
free."
Yeah. No, y'all were slumlording it. That's crazy.
We had to.
Wow, man. And like once
That shit
again,
holds
like
up.
or not even once again. I'm just thinking about I'm thinking about the movie. I remember watching Get Rich or Die Trying for the first time, and um what was it? Oh yeah, so like this, like the song that young 50 Cent made for his girlfriend who like her family found the song, that's his fucking verse from the Best Friend remix by Olivia. Like you listen to it, it's like
Wow.
first we get to talking, then we get to touch
Yeah,
it. It just
yeah.
makes me, it makes me laugh because
Hilarious.
like I love that song. It's one of my, like I'm a big high tech fan. Love that beat. Love Olivia. Love 50 Cent. Like so like I went back and rewatched it and I was like, wait a minute, that's his verse from Best Friend. Like what the fuck?
That's
Like
great.
He
it
went
really
into the
really
future
caught me
in
up.
the movie. It's like,
Shout out Olivia, man. Shout out Olivia. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Outside, you know?
yeah. I hope she's maintaining, bro. Olivia is amazing. That's so funny. But yeah, that's crazy. Like y'all just had it, you had it
Yeah,
locked
we
down,
had
and
at least at least a couple weeks before the album came out for sure.
wow, that's so dope. Like that's power, you know?
Yeah, I felt that was the last time I had power like that.
that shit was that shit went diamond, right? Or
Yeah,
almost.
I'm pretty sure.
Probably everybody I knew had the CD.
Me too. That was like towards the end of the real CD era. Like, everybody had that fucking CD.
Everybody had that shit.
Right. Yeah. No. Like yeah. You know. I absolutely had that shit somewhere around. Um. I'll look it up later. I was trying to find it, but Teller, I think you're the last person. This is when did music become capital M music for you? Just in terms of
Man,
like fucking with music.
honestly, like for as long as I can remember, I know that sounds like, the typical rapper response and shit, but like my first memories of any
Nah, man.
like have music in it. My mom, like both of my parents are huge into music. You know what I'm saying? So like since the time I was a little kid, like they've always been the people at the record shop buying the CDs, like doing the stuff. Like my parents still like to go out to live musical shows and stuff. Like right now,
Oh,
they go to more concerts than I go to. You know what I mean? Like
word.
that's yeah, that's just what they're into. So like I remember like one of my first CDs I ever remember even really hearing and like being like this connected with me in like a different way was Extinction Level Event by Busta Rhymes. Like whenever that
Mm.
came out, my mom and her cousin like
Classic.
that they was like best friends. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like when new music would come out, it was like they would literally call each other and like it was like the greatest thing that happened. They would get together, go meet up somewhere, kick it, and like listen to the album like in real time, like listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It would be a little group of them all together. Like it was like that was like their favorite thing. And so my love of music just kind of developed through that, like going through their CD collection and finding stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like not even understanding like exactly what I was looking for, but like literally stealing the song out the CD, stealing the CD out the car. Like when we get out the car, it's like I don't know what CD this is, but I'm taking it. Like the Roots things fall apart. Like man, there's so many CDs where or Outcast, Equimini, AT where it was
Yeah.
like I didn't even realize like that I knew them songs like that until like later. You know what I mean? Or who actually made them songs. Like for the longest time, I don't even think I realized like that the Roots were the Roots. I thought they was somebody else because I would just hear stuff through like my parents' lens. It wasn't until I got my own CD player and I started going and stealing CDs that it was like I was trying to backtrack through like what song was this that I was hearing that I loved. You know what I'm saying? Try to piece it together through then. So it was like music for me as a kid was always like almost like a puzzle or like a discovery. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
hearing stuff through the lens of my parents, and then I was trying to go back and find it on my own. You know what I mean? Through all that, because my mom never liked the radio. Like the radio station in Denver is weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? So like my mom was never a radio person. Like none of the people that I came up on music with were ever like into whatever the mainstream thing was. It was always like the B cuts. It was always not the single. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So for me, like my biggest memory or like my earliest memory of music was literally going through giant boxes of CDs and tapes, trying to find the songs that I remembered my parents listening to that I liked and not knowing where they actually came from and having to go through the CD, listen to these CDs top to bottom to try to pick the songs off of them that I liked. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like from there, I just had this like I had a knowledge like how I even became a rapper was because I just had a knowledge of hip hop that people my age didn't. So it was like in the fourth grade, I knew rap songs that nobody had ever heard, So it was easy for me to become a rapper by like I could take this song from somebody and change parts of the words around to fit me, and then now that's my rap. You know what I'm saying? And I could take it. That's how I even first became a rapper. Was like I would take these songs that I was hearing, take literally listen to the songs and try to write the lyrics as best I could, and then take it and try to change the parts of it that I could change to make it be about me and my life as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
that was how
wild.
I even became like I used to rap in middle school. You know what I'm saying? I would go to middle school and literally just like spit. But the only reason why I could even rap or spit at all, like now I look back and I'm like, man, that's terrible. You know what I'm saying? I was chat GPT in it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
maybe, but
nah,
not
you.
really. You know what I'm saying? But it was like
Yeah.
that was how I got my start as even like being a rapper was or learning how to rap was literally from listening to like Black Thought trying to transcribe a Black Thought verse and then turn that shit into something that fit my life. And then
Yeah.
and then from there it just became like, music to me was just always the secret. Like I wanted to find the shit that nobody else was listening to, that nobody else heard. Like, I was into like Little Brother when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
Sky Zoo. I was listening to, you know what I'm saying, Papoose and Saigon, like, you know, before it was like even like things, no, you know what I'm saying? I was in Denver, like getting onto these forums and all of this stuff, just finding where it was like my big thing always in music was finding stuff that nobody else was listening to. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that came from my parents because they never was listening to the stuff that was on the radio. And anything that I liked, my favorite songs were always songs that none of my friends had ever heard before.
Word. Wow. Man, I think like you saying all of that makes this next question. I'm really interested to see where you take this. So all of that happens, and when do you know when do you know that music's going to become more than just a hobby for you? When you're just like, like you're a lifer, this is what I'm doing. Like it goes from like I like this, I like doing this to I'm a rapper, I'm rapping like for money or legacy or whatever.
Man, honestly, like my cousin, my cousin's mom used to take us and make us like do everything. Like she used to make us go and try out to be in commercials and stuff. Like at the Denver Convention Center, they would take us and we'd
Yeah,
be in a long ass line, like to go try out to be in like commercials or
yeah,
be an
been
actor or
there.
something like a little kid like
Yeah.
star. So ever since I was a kid, like I always wanted to be an entertainer. I used to be a singer, like I used to sing. My dad became a pastor probably when I was like 9 or 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so like my dad, I used to watch my dad in church and it felt like he was performing. Like, it
Mm,
was real. It's not like he was like performative, you know what I'm saying? But it felt like I was watching him and I would just be in awe of the way that he could really like, they would say catch the Holy Ghost and just get going. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then my mom did like the music. She was like the praise team leader. She sang in the choir, all of that stuff. And so like from the time I was a kid, it was almost like I just had to step up to the plate for like the family, you know, business almost. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we did. So I played the saxophone. Like I was always into music. I played the saxophone. I was really good at the saxophone as a kid. I was like, all state in middle school. I thought that's what I was gonna do. I played saxophone with Hugh Reagan. Like Hugh Reagan was my music teacher. You know what I'm saying? He's like a famous trumpeter. He's like well known in jazz. He's on Stevie Wonder albums. Like he's like, very well known, famous trumpeter. So like I was always in like these elite music circles, whether it was like in the gospel scene, everybody thought I was gonna be the next whoever the gospel singer was. Everybody thought I was gonna be the next Fred Hammond or whoever it was because I just had
yeah,
like a
yeah.
voice for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how I really got into music was just like, playing the saxophone and singing in the choir, singing in church, you know what I mean? And then from there, it just developed. Like my love of hip hop was stronger than my love of anything else. Like I loved hip hop more than anything, you know what I'm saying? And so saxophone was cool, but the only reason why I ever even picked up the saxophone was because I wanted to be able to play Spodioti Doublelicious. Like I had
Word.
such a
Word.
reverence for rappers and hip hop in general that like I never thought I would be good enough to do some shit like that. Like I never thought that I would actually be the rapper that I am today. I thought that whatever my contribution to hip hop would be through like, the musicality of it. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like I learned the saxophone. Even when I first got into it, like the first thing I ever did, I produced for years before I ever really started rapping because I thought that's just what my role was. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when I was in high school, like I grew up around like some wild stuff, you know what I'm saying? And just like some wild people in general. So it was like, what story did I have to tell? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even feel like I had a real story to tell for myself until I was in like college. You know what I mean? But my love for
Yeah.
hip hop was from like the fourth grade. So it was like I just had this reverence for it. And I always thought that if I was going to be able to, if I wanted to contribute and be a part of hip hop, then I was going to have to do it in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be through production, whether it be through, instrumental, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, that's just how I thought I was going to get into it. So music for me became like my one thing when I started playing the saxophone, I think in the fourth grade. By like the sixth grade, I think they was putting me like I was like all state, all city, you know what I'm saying, first chair, whatever. People were telling me like, yo, like this is what you could do. So I was kind of like, all right, like, I just thought I was gonna be like a jazz player or something like that. I was supposed to go to the University of Oregon for music. Hugh Reagan, like my teacher, you know what I'm saying? He came to South to teach like me specifically, you know what I'm saying? When I
Wow.
was in school, I used to moonlight on the side and go play jazz gigs on the side with him, like outside of school, all kind of stuff. But then we kind of started having like this weird whiplash relationship where it was like he started getting too like, you know, it was like he didn't want to show me favoritism, so he would show me like the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It started being like
Mm.
real harsh on me. My senior year of high school, it was me as a senior, and then we had a bunch of freshmen. They had started a whole class just for me. We had like an AP jazz theory class that they added to the curriculum just so that he could have more time with, you know what I'm saying, trying to train me up to be like his protege. And
Wow.
it just got real toxic. Me and him ended up getting into a fist fight like my senior concert over the winter, like right before I was supposed to like the last
Jeez,
thing.
son.
And so I quit the band. He ended up giving me a D in both of my band classes that I took with him. I got one too many D's that like sunk my whole transcripts. It ended up changing the whole course and directory of my whole life because I was supposed to go to all kind of different schools, but obviously like I wasn't going to Oregon for music no more. Like me and him was done on that. But him giving me D's in both of those classes changed my transcripts to where it was like I couldn't get into college nowhere. The only school that I could get into,
Damn.
the only college I could even get into at that point was just the one that would take me. You know what I'm saying? So, but honestly, without that, like, who knows what I'd be doing? You know what I'm saying? So,
That makes a lot of
yeah.
sense though, like that you played like jazz saxophone. Like I mean like the pockets of rhyming
Mm-hmm.
is very similar to like horn players. Like people say that a lot. I definitely think
Absolutely.
that's like a real pocket for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. There's a lot to chew on there, and yeah, like all of it makes perfect sense for me, just considering how you approach making the music, son. But before we, but yeah, I want to get everybody else's answers real quick before we get to y'all's relationship and then drug money. So who wants to go next?
Kane.
Q.
I think
Oh fuck.
Q's the only one that's up, right?
Oh wait, what was the question again?
Oh yeah,
Oh
Uh,
it's
no.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is like when did y'all know music was going to become more than just a hobby
Oh
for
yeah,
you?
yeah.
So
oh,
For
whoever
me,
wants to go.
I don't know. I
go
feel
ahead.
like I thought music was never really a hobby for me. It was always like I say this all the time. It's like a compulsion. It's like I have to do shit. I'm gonna like be tapping on my knee or tapping on like beatboxing or doing something if there's nothing else around. Like I just need to create rhythm all the time in some. And so like beat making to me, like people just started paying attention to what I was doing. I was gonna be doing it no matter what. I was like fully like in lockdown, like literally in lockdown 2020, like making beats for nobody, just making like hundreds of beats. And then people started being like, yo, this is fire, this is fire. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, that's why I find it hard to sometimes send beats to rappers and shit. Cause I'm like, I didn't make this so nobody could rap on it. You know what I mean? I made it because I just thought it sounded cool. But that's why I like to collaborate as well. Cause then people are like, oh, yo, we could do this and then put a B section. I'm like, I don't even never do B section. That's crazy. And then we can fade out here and do this and then it's done. Like it's easier to finish something. It's easier to, but I feel like I always, now I guess is the answer to the question. Like now it makes sense to create finished products and to like do this shit in a real way, because before I was just making beats for the sake of making beats, which is kind of crazy
Right.
to like say it out loud and think about. It really is just like not a hobby, it's just like a tick almost. It's like a, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I have to make beats all the time.
Yeah. It's
Now that
inherent.
makes
That's
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense though. The way like the way you work.
Yeah.
I work like a crazy person.
Yeah,
Shit don't make
man.
no sense, and I don't save anything. I delete most of my shit. Like I'll make some shit, and because that was the exercise, was like, okay, I just wanted to see if this particular approach was possible. All right, bet I don't need this beat. Nobody needs this beat, and I think
Right.
that's kind of problematic on my end. But some people suffer from the other problem, which is like everything I make is a masterpiece because I made it. You know what I mean? And, like it
Yeah.
needs to be seen by the
I
world.
used
Like
to
there's some,
suffer from that.
you
I
know,
used to
like
suffer
you got to
from
switch in the middle.
everything I make is a masterpiece because I made it. Yeah, that's
You
something you got
know,
to get past.
That's why like the collaboration element works. You can be like, nah, let you we gotta change these drums or nah, we gotta change this part.
checks and balances.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like being in a band. It works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we're all
Yeah.
bringing our, yeah, facts. We're bringing our own way of doing it, and we got to make it work for that session. And, you don't have to walk away with something every time, though, because you're still, you're getting that tick out. You're getting that, you got to do it. You got to do something.
Yeah. You're learning. It's a constant learning process, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Kane, what about you? When did you
Uh,
know music? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I didn't really start making music till like right out of high school. I got arrested, and I was like, man, I can't smoke weed and do nothing all the time. Like I gotta like I'm wasting my time when I'm doing like hanging out with whatever. I don't know. I needed to focus. I needed to do something, and I was wasting my time just bullshitting. I felt like, and I got a I got FL Studio. I convinced my mom like, oh, I'm gonna go get the sound engineer, whatever the fuck at community college, and I got the student version of FL, and just started from there. And ever since then, like I don't know, my time is important, and I don't work with people if I don't have the energy or the time, like for the connection and like the organic. It's got to be organic. I'm not just making music to just make music. Also, like I'm making music to make music, but like I gotta feel like I don't know, like the it's got to be lined up. It's just got to be lined up, and I don't know. But around like 19, I locked in. And I was like, I'm doing something, and and I taught myself everything. Started working on a bunch of shit myself, and I had friends that were like flaky about it, and like, I found friends that like have the same energy towards this that I do. Just like, not everything has to come out all the time, but like, also I take my craft somewhat seriously in the sense of time, and like, I'm not gonna work with you if I don't respect your time. You're not respecting my time, and we're not on the same wavelength, literally, of what we're trying to do. You know.
Right. Yeah, that shit matters, you know? Like it's like if like people's sounds could be cool, but if it's not compatible, it's not compatible. And if y'all are,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
invested in making the goal happen, there's no
yeah,
goal. There might as well
right,
be no goal, you know?
right, and it's like also like you can tell sometimes when like people are trying to have like, especially in music, but like anything, people are trying to have a relationship for the sake of like getting something from you, whether that be
Yeah.
what you
It's like
know.
transactional.
Yeah, it's very a lot of stuff is transactional, and that's kind of what I mean about my time thing. It's like I'm here to make like kind of friends out of it in the long run. Like I want people that like we connect to a degree in the sense of like we're the same type of person, but like I'm not linking up so you can learn how I'm doing what I do, so you can try to act like
Yeah.
you created the sauce. What
Yeah,
is
That's
no
what
why
is
sauce
this shit
dealers. Yeah.
yeah
yeah. I
what
mean that's
what
why this collaboration works. Like we all hang out like outside of music. Like it's not
yeah
just
what
a
what what
musical
did
thing.
Teller say on the album? He said I heard it through stealing the sauce. Says you heard it through the grapevine.
I said it was
Oh,
great minds.
yeah, yeah, it
Now
said it
you
was
got to
great
hear it in
minds.
the grapevine.
You heard it through the great, like that shit, like
That's
that
real.
type
Yeah,
of shit,
man.
bro. Like,
Seriously.
you know, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but like,
Nah,
yeah.
you're speaking facts.
I'm feeling it all, bro. Filth, what about you before we move on?
Yeah, I like I've got a bass guitar. My best friend got like a drum set when we were in high school. We started like poorly being a punk band, and then in college, we would like try to teach ourselves how to like play like Cypress Hill songs on drums
Word.
and bass because like nobody I knew how to make beats. And then I got to college, I had a class with somebody. He like briefly mentioned making beats. I like cornered him after the class and like made him put Fruity Loops on my computer. Um, and I've just been making it from then. But it was kind of just like a thing I did with my friends. And then during the pandemic, like DiBiase had this thing called Flip Sessions, which eventually turned into Flip a Beat Club, and then that linked to me like meeting Q and us doing the Philly chapter Flip a Beat Club. And then after that, it was like, oh, this is like a real thing that I like need to do. Like I feel weird if I go a while with like without like looking for samples or like making a drum loop.
It's an
And that's
itch.
kind of where I'm at now. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you have to, you
I got
feel
it.
because like I know that if I don't make something, I already know Q's made like 8 beats that day. I know Kane's looking for shit. I know Teller's always making shit. So like I feel like I have to at least make something or like find a sample to like work on later. Um and now yeah, it's like it's given like a drive almost to like create more.
Yeah. That's incredible. I mean, like, as somebody who just got their first SP 404 and
I
just
was
made their
just
first
about
two
to
beats
ask.
2 years
Hell
ago.
I was just about
Yeah,
to ask about that.
I get it. You know, I've felt the itch for the last couple months, but now it's like, now that I've
I
made
do
something
it.
and I've popped the seal, it's.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I've already bought like 3 sample. I bought 2 sample packs and a drum kit, and I'm
You're
off to the
cooking. You're
races,
ready
man.
to
Pull up
go.
on you.
Yeah,
We're gonna sit down and have some SP sessions.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I promise, man. I'm so ready. I cannot wait.
Hell
See,
yeah.
But
I got
okay,
this active
what?
theory.
No, tell me.
My fault. I got this
Yeah,
active theory, right? That it's like everything in the world started to get worse when niggas stopped making model cars in their garage, right? It's
word.
like people used to
Damn,
all
that's a
have,
gem right there.
yeah,
You
like
mean the
people
train
used to
sets,
really
bro?
just do stuff for their own enjoyment. Like whatever it is that you did that you just locked in, it was like you wouldn't even know that. You would just go meet somebody and like end up going to their house, and it's like all of a sudden some room in their basement, they're like, oh yeah, this is my Lego collection. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But
Or
it's
like
not
people that
for
like
anybody
paint.
but them. Like they're not even going out of their way to show you it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
literally something that they do just for their own enjoyment, right? And it's like I feel like that piece of the music part for me is like, or for even these guys, right? It's like the reason why we connect so well is because we all just genuinely love to make shit. Like it's not like a means to an end or like something that we're like
Yeah.
trying to complete or racing towards completion, like just to see how many beats we can make. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I play the piano and make beats and sample like every day. I hop on there just to do stuff every day. Like you said, sometimes I save it, sometimes I don't. But it's like I got thousands of beats on my computer that probably people will never hear just because it's like I just did this like for me. And so now that I've been so locked into like the creation part of it, I can see it now in some people where I'm like, man, just it's human nature, our desire to like create. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's like
Yeah,
innately in us. And whenever I see somebody that doesn't have that in their life, like regardless of what it is, regardless, like I wish there wasn't so much of a pressure on people. Like if you start making beats to do something with it, right? Like I would
yeah,
love people to just get in there and just like get an SP just for their house, just for them to do it, just for them to work around or practice or play on stuff. Like it used to not be a crazy thing for somebody to just have a piano in their house, regardless if they was a pianist. You know what I'm saying? Or like just
right.
have a keyboard, like regardless if that was what they were actually trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I could see it with these dudes, like if they never got a name off of making music, if they never got any placement, if they never got anything, it's like Q is gonna be at home making beats. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just something that's in
Yeah.
them. Philth is gonna be doing that. Kane is gonna be doing that. Like I can tell
Yeah,
by the amount of stuff that they had to even like send me to work with. You know what I'm saying? Or just in general. And I feel like, you know, like I said, that's just something that's getting lost amongst people now with so much of the social media. It's like people want to do it for something else rather than just the pure joy of creating and having something that you can look back and reflect on, like, I did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is nothing to be gained from making a model car. It's just
Yeah.
your own satisfaction of the completion of it. You know what I'm saying? And how good of a job you did on it. And,
Right.
and I just feel like that, applying that back to more stuff, like, would fix a lot of things that we got going on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, easy. Everybody needs a hobby, bro.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. Like everybody needs a hobby, it's just something to do with their hands or their mind or their body or
Yeah,
something. You know,
bro.
like
Keeps you
like
sharp.
so, right. Like some people play games, some people read books, some people build Gundams. You know, like it's like some people make beats. Like whatever it is, like just yeah, it's just nice to like yeah, you know what they say about idle hands. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
something like that. But that's the perfect. Let's talk about drug money and the four of y'all coming together because like I mean like all of y'all are very. You've already said it, and you can see it in the music. Y'all are very prolific on your own. You have your own creative itches to scratch, but and of course like y'all all have history and your friends, and it's not like this is like oh I heard you when I'm in like Finland and you're in like Denver and like we connect. But anyway, like tell me about how this project started to come together. Because I mean, like Taylor, you were talking before about how I mean, like like to you, like albums are movies. You name them after movies. They play out that way for you. But like, where did the initial idea for this come from, and why were Kane, Philth, and Q the three to help execute the vision?
Man, honestly, they came to me like at the perfect time. Uh, man, when they sent me all of these beats, or like whenever they chose me, I don't even remember. My life was going so off the rails last year. Like, I honestly can't remember a whole lot. Like, I was drinking a whole bunch. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was in like a grieving like mourning period of my life. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting over stuff that had happened to me, dealing with different losses. Just like I was so locked into my head about like this revenge that I needed to get that I couldn't focus on really like anything else. Like even all of the music that I was making was like revenge. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it was Q that actually reached out to me first. I can't
Yeah.
remember if you reached out to me first to do the living room feature or if we was already working on the album then, wasn't we?
Yeah, actually, because the living room sessions, most of that I was doing in Brooklyn around January. So
Bro,
we
so
already
y'all sent
had
me
this
them
Yeah.
beats in like
since like
November.
November.
I don't know when I don't know
Yeah.
what
No, we
possessed them to send me them beats in November, but I needed
we
that more than
It's
anything.
it's cute.
yeah. No,
Cute.
yeah, I remember we were like me and Q have made tapes together, and me and Kane have made tapes together. So like we always just link up and like make beats when we're hanging out. And we went over to Q's house one night, and we were making beats. And Q or Kane, after we made one of the beats, was like, "Yo, I could hear Teller on this," and we all like
Mm.
agreed, and then like didn't speak about it again, and we just kept making more beats. And then like we went home, and the next afternoon, like less than 24 hours probably, Teller put us in a group chat and sent over like six completely finished songs that are on the album. Um, and then we just kept going from there, like making the rest of the
Hold
album.
on,
But it
y'all.
kind
I'm
of just
losing
came up.
service. I'm finna pull over real quick and see if I can get this back together.
Oh shit. All right.
But
Gotcha.
but yeah, no, it kind of just came about like super organically. Like we were just making shit like we do whenever we hang out. Um, and something sparked like, oh yeah, Teller would
I,
sound crazy on this.
yeah, I hit the Ayo for sure. There was like a time where I
Yeah,
just kept hitting the teller Ayo, like like all the time.
yeah. Kane was doing the
Um,
ad libs, and
Cause I'm a fan. Like I've been listening to Teller. We mentioned it before, but through Sequence, like the connection there, like he put me on, and then ever since then like Teller and Ed Glorious collabs are like always fire. I've been tapped in, but I really got to give it to Q though, because for months Q was like, I'm not making beats anymore to not send to people. He said I'm locking in, and I'm gonna send packs to rappers. He said if we're meeting up, there's an intention behind this session, and like he set the intention out, and like he's talking about it for months, and we linked up, and he was like he texted us back like, yo, I sent the joints to Teller, and then threw us in the group chat, and then it's just been nonstop like fire ass fucking verses every time we drop a pack in there, like 2 beats in there, we get a song back, like. But Q really manifested it by like he was going all last year like, if we're meeting up, we're sending this to somebody. I got a list of people that I'm gonna try to like we're gonna think of who to get these to or whatever, and really got to give Q his props for manifesting it, you know.
Well, yo, honestly, it goes back to what you said, to what Kane said about, the time is valuable. Like, we love to do this stuff. We'll sit there and do it for nothing, but the time is money, or it's not money. Time is valuable in its own way. So to sit around and I've left sessions kind of empty-handed before, not necessarily with these dudes, but like with other people. Sometimes we'll link, we'll collab, we'll sit there, we'll talk shit, make some beats, and then nothing happens from it. And with this, I was just like, all right, I've done enough of that. And even in the living room sessions, it was like, these are all just beats for beats' sake, and I'm going to put them all together in a way that makes sense. But like, this was like, I really wanted it to have a, beginning, middle, and end to it, like a narrative, like a whole. I just wanted like a finished product. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so a beat is cool, but a lot of people don't even want to hear beats. Even if it's the best beat ever, they're like, "Where's the song?" You know what I mean? People need to
Yeah.
bring it all together. So I can understand
Yeah.
that too, even as someone who enjoys instrumental music. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I remember the first thing. I remember Q sent me
Yeah.
this pack of beats, and I'm pretty sure the first one that I heard was the beat for Uncle Remus Chicken. I had just had rent money was at my crib, and literally I was like in like a writer's block. He was trying to get me to hop on all kind of stuff to rap with him, and I was like, bro, I don't have anything. Like, I really am just like out of it right now. I don't have anything I even think I need to say to nobody. And then Q just sent me this pack of beats randomly. I don't even remember like what it was. He just sent me this beat, and I remember I sent them back in the group chat. I was like, all right, which one of y'all is doing witchcraft? Like, who opened up the portal? I don't know which one of y'all opened the portal up, but I was like, this is just, that's kind of how I am with writing in general. Like, I just can't write all the time. Like, it has to be something inspirational. It has to be something that just like hits me where it all flows all together. So it was like they sent me these beats, and I had been on like a writer's block, like a creative block for a minute, and all of a sudden everything just started. All of these like experiences that I internalized over like the last.
No,
Oh
you're
shit.
good. We can hear you.
You got a little auto tune going, but it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's froze.
Oh, he's frozen
Oh,
in
yeah.
time. My shit keeps saying it's recording, and I'm running out of device space. I don't know what the fuck that means.
It shouldn't be recording to the specific device. Oh, damn, he's in here twice.
I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Damn.
My bad.
crazy.
Yo, you're
Yeah.
in here
No,
twice.
no,
That's
you're good,
crazy.
bro.
There's two
I'm on
That's
the
microphones.
road.
wild.
Oh shit,
I think maybe I
yo.
am recording. Well, whatever. I'm gonna delete it later because I think we have it. We'll have it.
I think we're all recording. We all got
I
it.
think
It's
so
all
too.
good. We're
Yeah,
set.
yeah, yeah. It'll be no, it'll be
Uh,
cool. I'm so sorry. Riverside does this where it's like recording off of everybody's devices and shit.
I just have to keep
no, you're
So
fucking
good, man.
hitting OK. It just keeps telling me low device storage. I just keep hitting
Yeah.
OK.
yeah, no, no, it looks like you're straight.
All right,
But yeah,
cool.
either way, I'm sorry about all this.
Nah, man, you're
But
good. You're good.
Yeah, my bad. I ran out of
but
service
anyway,
for a second. I just pulled over, so hopefully we good.
nah, you're good, bro. Go ahead.
But yeah, nah. I mean,
Um,
I was just really thankful that they reached out to me. Honestly, like I would have never, I didn't really. I was real up in the air. I have a bunch of projects that I have done that I just haven't even put out. Like they're just all sitting. And so when they sent me all of these beats, I started working on it again. I was like having them to help push me to actually put out a product or like, you know, be able to even get these thoughts out. It was like something about the beats that they made when they sent them to me. It was exactly what I needed to tell the story that I was thinking about telling. You know what I mean? So I don't remember exactly how it was that we all connected. I don't remember how I met. I don't remember how I ended up connecting with Philth. I don't remember how I ended up connecting with Q originally. I remember me and Kane was supposed to do an EP like around COVID time. I probably did like 5 or 6 songs with him, sent him over to him, and then I just ghosted him. I was like, I don't even like these songs no more. I just was like, eh. I ended up putting one of the songs on a Skullface 777 that's on my Bandcamp or whatever. But I always liked the beats. I just didn't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have anything that I felt like I needed to say until they sent me this pack of beats. And it
Right.
was like they sent me this first pack. I think I did like 8 songs and sent them back to them. And then we sat on it. We had like the whole album done. I think we did like 12 or 13 songs originally. They had sent me that first pack from their group session. And then they each individually sent me like solo joints, you know what I mean, that they thought might work in. Now, I remember I did like 12, maybe 13 songs and just sat on it because they sent me the first beats in like November. I had everything done by like Christmas. Like before that, probably we had all the album. We had like what we thought was the original album probably in December, and we were just sitting on it. And then they got back together and did a whole nother session of beats with Ayashi. When was that? In like April or May? And they sent me the beats again,
Yeah,
and
it
it
was
Yeah.
was
like a
like,
spring, early spring.
yeah, and it was like everything that we needed all came together for the project right there. It was like all the story that I needed, that I felt like was important to tell. We had all of the pieces for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy when I think about it because I was like, if it was up to me and we did it all the way that I wanted to do it, like none of this would have happened as good as it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it needed the full collective of all of the different parts to make it go. You know what I mean?
Word. And you're like, I'm thinking about what you said earlier about how you wanted every intro for all your projects to feel like the credit roll, because that's exactly what I think Osiris sounds like. Osiris
Yeah.
sounds like the curtains parting, setting the scene, like the cast and the screenwriter and the
That
DP, and
wasn't even the
it's
first. That wasn't even the first song. And then Teller was like, "Nah, this has to be the first song." Like he made the executive decision of like
Yeah.
rearranging the track list from what we
oh
originally
wow.
had it.
Untitled,
And
yeah. Untitled, we were listening to it one way for a minute, and then like you go in the next week and the order be changed up a little bit, and then yeah, my bad, Dan. Phil, I didn't mean to
no,
cut you
no,
off.
and yeah, like I can't hear the first song was Uncle Remus Chicken,
Yeah,
which would have been a crazy way to start the
yeah,
album.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Osiris works so much better. Like I'm shout out to Teller for putting together the track list how it is now, how you hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
the
Like
first songs I
yeah, I mean
did
like
was
I
Uncle
wanna
Remus
I'm sorry.
Chicken and Benny and West too.
The delay.
Mm.
Yo, Benny and West. That's right.
yeah, yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then I
Shout
was
out to
like, damn,
Rent
there's a
Money.
lot of
yeah.
misogyny.
Yeah,
There's just
shout
a
out
lot
to
of
Rent Money,
misogyny in
man.
these 2 records. I can't open the album like this. I gotta peel it back
Right.
a little.
Right. Someone cut me off.
Now you made the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But then it's
Yeah, no,
fire
yeah, no,
because by the time we get to that point of the album, the character has been established. The tone and everything has already been established. It's like, all right, well, we know that it's like more thoughtful than what you can pull out of the misogyny or the violence or whatever. It's like some serious
right.
writing and some serious storytelling going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah, no, I love that shit. And like I'm like I want to dig more into like how the three of y'all came together to make these beats, but I do want to talk Teller real quick about like cuz I mean like you're cuz like this is a really there's a lot of shit happening on this album. Like you're really telling stories in these tracks. Like like obviously this like the album's called Drug Money, and a lot of it is about drug dealing. But like you're just like you're coming from it in this way where you're really putting people in that world, and just like you're putting people in the world and it feels expansive. Like it's crazy because I've been thinking like it's not exactly the same, but I've been listening to Prince Paul's Prince Among Thieves a little bit recently because I wrote a thing about it for somebody. And like like even though you're not really y'all aren't really utilizing skits on this album, I get that sense of cohesion and that sense of like lived inness that I get on something like Prince Among Thieves here. And like I guess what to you made telling the story, like what to you makes the story on Drug Money different than any story you've told on any of the other 356 projects you've put out? Because this really does feel special and it feels like this feels like some of the most fleshed out stuff I've ever heard you make, just from like a
Yeah,
purely
for
writing
sure.
and technical standpoint.
I think for me, this album was like I have, my very like personal work, right? Like I have like, the Suicide Hotline threes. I have like my songs that are like
Mm-hmm.
the work that I do with Ed, right? That has like a certain type of, real deep personal nature to it, right? And then I have my other work that's like more of a removed, like kind of like a grandiose, like, you know, almost like a Dolomite type of character, like Black Man, like, the Called and Chosen. Like there's certain elements where it's like, all right, like there's this is me, and then like there's the rapper version. You know what I'm saying? That's like gonna like dress it up and make it extra. And I feel like with this album, this was the biggest like, you know, if I'm usually making like an action movie or a documentary, right? There's like that two sides of it. This to me felt more like the
Mm-hmm.
biopic. You know what I'm saying? Where it has the
Mm.
high production value. It is actors. It's not a documentary, but it's real and it is the real story. You know what I'm saying about the stuff that was
Yeah.
happening. So it was like even one of the first songs that I wrote was Bring It Back. And Bring 'Em Back is like, for all intents and purposes, Bring 'Em Back is like a very personal diss record to somebody. That person knows exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whether or not you can understand that or not, it's like people who know me on a personal level and listen to that song know exactly what that song is about. But even people who don't will hear that and they can piece it and put it together to understand it. And so I feel like with this album, this was the first
Yeah.
time that like I was able to mix some of like my deeper personal stuff into an album that was like universally understood. Where it's like you didn't have to be where I'm from. You don't have to know where, 30th and Downing is. You don't have to know about the east side of Denver. You don't have to know any of those stuff that I'm referencing or referring to actually like understand the story. You know what I'm saying? It was just
Right.
I don't know, and just like the canvas that they gave me to tell these stories on, it brought it out of me. Like for me, rapping is a very like spiritual experience. Like I can't just write all the time. Like I'm not somebody that can just sit down and just like crank out a verse.
You still there?
The suspense is killing me.
Ah.
Damn.
Nah, but yeah. Oh, it's so crazy because I was gonna tell him that I was gonna tell him the thing that really like it took me a while to put my finger on it, but like it really does feel like Snow on the Bluff. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Snow on the Bluff before.
Never seen Snow on the Bluff.
That's a good one.
Um,
I can see what you're
yeah,
saying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, go on. I'll let
yeah.
you expand on. But
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not.
like just like in the sense that like it's this like it's something that's kind of in between something that's documentary and
Yeah.
like and just like your average narrative film type shit, but it just I really feel that, like I feel like I'm in whatever's happening, like whether it's Bring 'Em Back or like something like Two Chains. Like Two Chains is the
Yeah.
song I've been coming back to. I've been coming
Yeah.
back to the most here, stuff like that, and I really love Look Mom, Billy Woods too. It's just like
He's not funny.
yeah, just like I don't know, just I'm like I'm really big on people who can like hold a narrative down for a long time and not lose attention with it, whether it's like music or film or whatever. But while we wait for Teller to get back, I wanted to hear more from the three of y'all about putting the sound together, because I mean, like, I can't remember the last time I listened to like a three producer album in this sense.
Four
You know,
sometimes. Shout out to
yeah,
Ayashi.
right, yeah. Shout out to Ayashi. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, like talk to me about like because it sounds to me like the beats were made before anything was. Yeah, of course, usually the beats are made before anything's written. But like, what did y'all have in mind when you were putting this together, and how did it feel to bring it to Teller and see him bring what he had
Yeah.
to it?
We had like I kind of mentioned it before, like me and Kane have made 2 instrumental tapes, and me and Q
Yep.
have made 2 instrumental tapes, and like Q mentioned, like we were talking about like seeing if we could put a project together with like stuff that people would rap on, with the intention of people rapping on it instead of just making an instrumental project. So I've been like hoarding samples in a top secret YouTube playlist that I've made. Um, for a while with that idea of like these are rap songs, like these are samples that we would use to make rap songs. And I think a lot of the samples, if not all of them, kind of came from that. And then yeah, like I think the important part of the production on this is like we made all these in person. We weren't sending like files back and forth.
Yeah.
Like we did it like we were like a band
Yeah.
in a session where it's like whoever started the beat would play a drum loop or play a sample idea. Like, does everybody like this? And then it's like, all right, cool. I got an idea. You record your idea, however like many bars it is, and it's like the next person in line, like musical chairs. We just kept going around,
Yeah.
and then whoever's house it was kind of responsible for like exporting it and like adding it to the
Like
folder.
Sisyphus, you had the responsibility of
Right.
the session to get it done and
Yeah,
out. But like Teller was so quick with the shit that you knew you had to like once it left and was sent to him, you knew it had to be like you had to be happy with the product too, like
Right.
like making
because he
sure.
was recording exactly to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he was recording from Untitled practically, like letting it record in and recording
He
like
sent
that.
some shit back in like a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah. Like we'd
Wow.
leave a session, send it out, be like, all right, I got work in the morning, like blah blah blah, and like whoever's finishing it up, sending it, you'd wake up to a song in the morning, or whatever.
Yeah,
But like
Jesus.
yeah, like Dan, like cute Philth said, at the second
it's
time, dog.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Federal.
We're all friends
We're all
here. We
people.
all know
We're
each
all
other's
people.
names.
Like
Yeah.
we're all
My parents
people.
didn't
I'm
name me
Pat.
Filth.
I'm Pat. My
Yeah,
um
Nobody knows Jordan.
yeah nah, but like it'd be like I'm gonna start it up and then like all right, I'm bored for a second and like somebody want to hop in or like somebody be like right behind you like yo I got an idea and you'd be like perfect timing because I'm hitting a wall right now and like like there'd be times where you just go back, you chill on your phone for a minute and you get up, you're like all right, it's my turn, let me get on, like let me lay something down, like I'm ready. And like there'd be times where like Dan's starting one and then like Q hops on and finishes the one and starts the next. It'd be kind of like organic, like a flow almost, where you know it was wild. It was cool. It's the way we always make beats, though. It's like you're just hanging
yeah,
out and you're jamming ideas off the drum machines. Like sometimes I'd pull up with my MPC and I'd be like, oh, I got drums ready. Like we could start with this, and then we'd record right into Ableton, and Q would be chopping while I'm doing that, and then
yeah,
Wow.
Q finishes his loop and he's like, all right. And he just like gets up and then Philth is like, all right, I guess I'm standing it. Like sometimes it's literally like I'm just walking away and whoever wants
Like
to
whose
walk.
line is it anyway?
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
like also like a lot of it was just like we're barely talking like about the music. Like we're just making shit. And like if we are talking, like we're bullshitting about something else or like we're making fun of something, but like the music kind of just happened. Like it felt like it was just like it had to get out of us almost. Like we weren't like, oh, this is a cool idea. Like we weren't talking
Yeah.
about like, oh, let's make this the chorus. It was just like this is what it is because this is how it came
For
out of
me,
us in the moment.
I feel like for me, like it's like that meme where it's like, all right, yo, you over 30 still trying to rap, like it's time for jazz. And I'm like, this is like my jazz era, really, because me
Yeah,
and
we're
Copperhead and 16 also have a separate project, You're All Cowards, where we really will just jam live. We just did our first show the other day. And it's like, we can jam, we don't have to be so locked into grids and locked into like sequencers and shit. Like, we can all pull up together and treat this like a collaborative project, and we'll end up with something that we wouldn't have ended up with individually,
Facts.
you know?
yeah. Like there's parts of the album where like I don't know who did what anymore. Like there's certain things where it's like that sounds like Q's drums or like that sounds like Kane did the drums, but like overall, like I don't really know who did what anymore. To be
Yeah.
completely
It's
honest.
like
Oh, Teller, my bad, bro. Teller just said he's trying to get back in, but he's having an issue with it. He said his phone tweaking.
Word.
It might have been the
Huh.
recording aspect of it. I'm not exactly sure, but my
Yeah,
bad, King.
maybe.
um
Maybe I'll text
yeah.
him.
Shooting, I don't know how this shit works.
Yeah. Yeah. I can send him the link one more time, but
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see if that works. But yeah, I'm sorry. You were saying, Kane?
Yeah, I was thinking of this the other day while I was running it back. It's kind of like when you see like the fist fight or like the fights in cartoons, where it's like the big cloud, and you get a glimpse of an arm, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, that's Jerry, and then you get a glimpse of a leg, and like, like there'd be like glimpses I'd get and be like, oh yep, like Q did the hats there, I could hear it, or like those are
Yeah.
Ayashi's chops. Like I know how Ayashi cuts shit up. I'm like, oh yep, okay, right there. But like there's not like a oh yeah, like this was all like I barely know the solo joints. I forgot that the solo joints were like whose were who for a minute until
Mm-hmm.
Philth kept good mental record. I smoked too much weed, but
I
Philth
Same.
tried. I don't even know if my notes are accurate, to be
he went back
honest.
and
But like
labeled
I
all the joints of like which beat was which, but like it feels like that. Like you catch a glimpse and like you like knowing each other, being like, oh yeah, I could hear that's from Q's kit. Like I remember Q, and like I'll get like a mental image of like Q laying down the whatever, or like yeah, it's cool. It's really like amalgamous. Like you can't tell, like even being us, like who did what.
yeah.
Looking back on the whole thing, like that's so fascinating to me because you really don't hear many projects that come about like that, like especially when it comes to rap. So like listening back to the whole album minus the solo joints on here, what's everyone's favorite, just kind of like you listen to one song and it's just like you don't know who did what, but the magic is just there between the four
It
of y'all.
changes every time I listen to the album, for real. Like, and that's like one of the highest compliments that I think we've gotten about the album, is that like people are saying there's like a replay value. Like people have told me like, yo, I listened to it like 4 times already, and all that. Like especially in today's age where like people's attention spans are so short, like to somebody to even listen to an entire album top to bottom once is crazy. Let
Hey,
alone,
My guy.
oh, look who it is.
my
Hey,
fault,
My
y'all. I got
guy.
Nah, you're good. You're on the road, man. You got to make
yeah,
it to
no,
Chicago.
Tour money.
yeah, no, you're straight. I appreciate you being here at all. Like,
He really on the road, man. Really road running.
If
And shout out Fran also on the road, going the opposite direction. Like I'm
Yeah,
on tour right
yeah,
now.
we're
yeah.
all on
Shout out
tour.
to
We're
Fred
all on
Man.
tour.
yeah.
That dude's crazy.
Yeah, man.
much
Shout out to
much.
Shout
Fred
out to
Man's
Fred.
Corolla, 99 Corolla. Let's hope this thing makes it.
He whipping
Nah,
that
he's
joint,
got
bro.
it,
That shit's
bro.
smooth.
Positive thoughts.
Yeah,
Positive thoughts.
yeah.
For me, I gotta look at the track list just because my brain. But for me, Seance right now is like every time I hear that beat, I'm like, how the fuck did we do that? Like, how did we do that? That
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think how we did that actually.
Goat Head too.
Goathead's crazy.
Yeah,
Goathead is super fucking crazy.
I'm always gonna go with Michael, with the beat switch, and then also with the radio freestyle. The radio
video
freestyle being
freestyle.
like the last
Rage
song on the
Freestyle's
album,
crazy.
and then it being the last beat that we made, like for the sessions, I feel like it's just very fitting and very final, and it's just like really, that's really like I feel like if there's any part of that album that you're like, I don't know, maybe it might not be for me. Like by the time if you hear that shit, you'd be like, oh, okay, this nigga, like the rules are meant to be broken, right? It's almost
Yeah,
like if we're going in a different pocket or everything sounding a certain way, like that is surefire reassurance that we can make like a fucking perfect hip hop song. Like that shit is great.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
facts.
There's nothing like off, like left field about that joint. That's like straight ahead fucking like fire. You
That's
know?
the page you read in the comic where you're like, hold up, wait, what did I miss? You gotta flip back and start
Right, you gotta go
start a
back.
couple
hmm
You
pages
got to go back
back.
to the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah,
word, exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to give him
Phil,
one song where nobody could say that I wasn't rapping off beat. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
exactly, exactly.
because you know they're
Look,
gonna say that shit, man.
look, hey,
And the
Like,
radio
it's those
freestyle joint
European
is like
fans,
the
bro.
post credit.
you can't
You know
hate
what I'm
on them,
saying?
hmm
It's
bro.
like the post
They say
credit that
Woods can't
teases the
rap on
sequel.
beat. It's like, bro, this man been rapping for decades. It's like we're in Lungs and Feet, Another Planet, Akai, all these niggas, bro.
It's
Like all the homies.
jazz.
Like
We're
yeah,
making jazz.
we
yeah,
It's
whipping
there
that
you
shit.
jazz.
go. That's
Right.
it. people don't understand anything. It's not people don't understand things that are like out of that square. You know, like once you start handing people like trapezoids, and it's just like, what do I do with this?
Mhm.
This
Like,
doesn't fit.
how do I? Yeah, right. Yeah, no, like, y'all are working on like octagon, nonagon time. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
like it's,
Dodecahedron.
people will catch up when they catch up. But yeah, that's I'm always annoyed by that offbeat fucking whatever. Like that shit means nothing to me
Yeah,
at
bro.
this point.
The people are telling on themselves. If you think that that shit is
Yeah,
offbeat, you're telling on yourself because you don't understand what the actual beat is. You actually don't understand the rhythms that are taking place
That's
within this, and you don't understand that as some like you said, you this shit is like a saxophone. If the sax is playing the same fucking thing that the bass is playing, we don't have a complex fucking. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
boring.
Like
right,
it's gonna be boring. We need everybody to do something different, and as long as it works together. Like I can't explain to a dumbass how to, you know what I mean? Like why it makes sense if you don't
You can't
understand
explain
rhythm.
jazz to people. Like
Exactly.
you
yeah.
either get it or you don't.
yeah,
It's a
bro.
feeling. I
Yeah,
hate to say that shit, but it's a feeling.
That's
yeah,
exactly how it is.
yeah.
And that
No,
goes back to
yeah,
your question about how we like were making the beats. Like at no point where we were like, oh, this song needs a chorus or this song needs a pre-chorus. It's
right,
like
yeah,
we were just feeling the beat and like we were like, all right, and we'll go for 2 minutes and we're like, all right, that's the beat.
And credit to Teller for that too, because there is no song structure whatsoever.
No.
So but he knows where to once it changes. If you notice when you listen to it, the vocal pattern changes, the flows change.
Yeah,
There's like 4 or 5 flows per song.
Yeah.
bro.
It goes with the subtle changes in the beat. You know what I mean?
It's like water.
And yeah, you got
Exactly.
to be like water.
But then it reminds me. Somebody said 36 Chambers earlier, and it reminds me of that because it's like that album doesn't have 8 bar, 4 bar, 8 bar, four. Everything just changes. It just
Yeah,
keeps
that's an
moving.
right,
avant-garde album.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Yeah. Like Wu Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with doesn't sound like Cream, which doesn't sound like
Protect your neck.
Bring the Ruckus. Yeah,
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 yeah.
And
exactly. Yeah,
if you really sit down with that album and you try to like study like the structure, it's it's very much like free form. There is a structure, but it's like it's not a conventional
right.
They
verse
were just throwing.
chorus
They were throwing
strong
shit at the
song
Yeah,
wall.
structure.
yeah. There's something special about organized chaos, which I
Yeah,
don't,
and
which I, yeah,
shout out to Teller for like he never asked us to like change the
No.
arrangements of the beats. Like
Yeah.
he took
yeah,
them for what they were
You,
and rapped on
you
them.
never got the. Can you double this? Like
Yeah,
none of that ever. Just like it was what it was, and like you were happy with it. Like you were happy with it. He was happy with it. I think there was one that he
right.
might have doubled. I think dumb shit, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe
I don't
not
think I
though.
made that beat.
Yeah, no, but I think that was. Oh yeah, you doubled it after the session. That's what it was. Never
yeah.
mind. Never see. Didn't
I
even
make every
ask.
beat like dumb short. That beat was
Yeah,
probably 45 seconds.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
It's 2 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. You just yeah. It's like get in the cracks and trust the people who brought you the music and just make it happen how it needs to happen. Like that's you can't put a price on that when it works right. You
Yeah,
know.
Real shit.
But before we formally wrap this, Teller, I was asking the boys what their favorite yeah, like I was asking them what their favorite song is to go back and listen to, realizing that like there's so like that they kind of went Voltron, and there's like it's kind of hard to tell which like which side's the end and which side's the beginning. But like being the rapper who kind of went over all this stuff, like what was your favorite song to hear and not be able to recognize each people's part, but you just like the magic from that beat just kind of is magnetic to you. Also, you're still muted, by the way.
Yo.
Thank you for saying that. Man, the two that like come to my mind immediately that just like blew my mind immediately when I heard them. Well, there's three of them really. Bring 'em back. The beat from Bring 'em Back, when they sent me that and it went into the switch, that real bass heavy, like, you know, that reminded me of like my first time listening to some of like Dilla or like Madlib joints, where it was just kind of like it just took you to the left with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and it like you kind of had an idea of what it was going to be. Like listening to that beat, I kind of had an idea of what was going to happen, and then when it went left in a way that was still like on the path. If that made sense, I don't know how to explain it. It took me to a real good place. Like I was like, oh shit. I remember I was sitting with Rent Money. We was both listening to it, and he was like, oh shit, this is fire. And I had to stop him. I said, my brother, I gotta take this one just me. I was like, I gotta take this one just for me, man. I'm sorry. I don't even want you to waste your pen on this one because I'm rapping this whole beat. You know what I'm saying? That the beat for Track and Field, man, the beat for Track and Field was like, I don't even know how to explain that. And then in the second session when they sent me the beat for Dr. J, it just sounded like chaos. That's probably my favorite song on there. I just performed that for the first time at this Denver show. When was that? 2 days ago, or the 31st. And man, performing this album live is like a whole different experience because of the way that it's able to kind of free flow and flow freely. But performing Dr. J is just like a whole different experience. I still am like surprised when I hear certain parts of that beat because there's just so much going on.
It's cutting out crazy.
It's cutting your audio out.
Yeah. You're cutting out crazy.
All we heard was that you played it live and it was,
which I am
hope,
happy about.
Positive.
Yeah.
Look on the internet. There's clips on it. You can see what
That's
it sounded
jazz,
like.
bro. He's just
my bad. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me again? Okay, bet.
The last thing you said was that you played it live.
Yeah, Dr. J. I performed Dr. J live for the first time on the 31st, and just the freedom that them beats give me to do what I need to do, the different characters I can portray within these songs, it's like you're never gonna hear that song the same way twice live. Like I'll be performing this album for the rest of my career. I already know it. But yeah,
that's good. That's how it should be live. It should be a different experience.
Yeah. I want to pick all the songs.
You stay home and just listen to the album.
Word.
Yeah.
Yo, I love that shit. Like that's what that's what makes it so much fun to go to shows. Like that's why I want to see people. That's why I want to continue to see people I've seen 5, 6, 7 times because they're bringing, like a different experience, or like it'll be like a different take on the same experience every time, and like that's what makes for a great live performance, and that'll also help you appreciate an album even more than you already did. Like
we're gonna be in New York on the 11th. Pull up.
Oh shit! Okay, I might need to.
We're gonna be on.
Yeah,
we're gonna be in New York.
Yeah, we're
on
at
the 11th.
elsewhere. We're at elsewhere in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Me, Gaius, and McKinley.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I was just with Gaius last night, and he was telling me about that. Yeah, that's the day before my lady's birthday. So I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but I'm gonna definitely try to make it because I need.
Everybody
to see that
else
shit.
in New York needs to pull up to that one.
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday!
My birthday's Tuesday next week. So.
Crazy.
And then just real quick,
right now.
My fault. Just real quick before we end up wrapping up, my phone is finna die and I might run out of service again. So I just wanted to make sure that I made this point like about the album. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like this album of like all of the work that I've done in my career, it's like the most entertaining and like the most intellectual at the same time. Like I feel like I have a hard time, putting those two pieces together. Like I make a lot of different kind of music. I make house music, trap music, like, hip hop, all kind of stuff. And I feel like on this album was the first time I really toed the line where it's like, I have songs like Uncle Remus Chicken and like Track and Field, like, and Seance, you know what I mean? Where it's like, for people who are like surface level listening, there's a lot, they're going to enjoy it too. But it's like for the people that really want to dive into like the depth of lyricism and like what it actually is, like there's some real meat on a lot of these verses that are in this album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man.
Beyond just kind of like an entertainment, purpose. I really want people to dive in and like some of these songs like Seance, Track and Field, you know what I mean? Like even like Jacob and like man, dumb shit. Like there's triple dollar sign. Like there's just a message that I'm actually trying to like get out through this album. And I feel like this was the first time I was able to have an album that was equal parts entertaining and like, I don't want to say educational because that's like, I feel like that's pretentious as hell. You know what I'm saying? But it was like
Yeah.
equal parts deep and fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, nah, like this is I can already tell this is it's gonna be some shit on here I'm gonna be chewing on for at least the rest of the year, if not like into next year and coming back to it periodically forever. That like it's really caught me in a way that I know is gonna stick to my ribs for a good little minute. So like thank you. Just like thank y'all for like thank y'all five really for like all the work
Word.
you put into creating something that's really, and I'm not the only one who thinks that way. Like it's really started to spread in a way that I'm in a way that is cool to see. But so we can formally wrap this up just before Teller dips. Last question: if your life was a movie, Kane, Phil, Q, Teller, if your lives were movies, what would they be about? This could be either separately or together. If separately is too much of a question, but I'm so curious.
Damn.
Well, hopefully my movie is a coming of age tale about somebody who's about to get stupid fucking rich in like the next
Yeah,
20
that's
years.
the
You know what I'm
movie.
saying? That, it's like
That's
whatever that
all
Will
our
Smith joint
movie.
was. You know what I mean? Where nigga was just grinding and grinding and grinding, and he was like, and shit wasn't working, and then all of a sudden, fuck y'all. I knew you never believed in me, and I made it anyway. Fuck you. That's what I want
Right.
the
Yeah,
movie to be.
that's the
Literally.
movie.
That's the
It's the
movie. Like
underdog.
Ebbs and
It's the
flows. Niggas wasn't
underdog
like that.
story. You know what I'm saying? It really is. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
even if like the way I laid out this album, like it's supposed to be a movie. Like it's supposed to be, because the whole philosophy of the album is like, look at all of this amazing shit that we did from crack. Like the worst shit that ever happened to the black
Yeah.
community. Look at all this amazing shit we made out of it. Like hip hop, art, movies, fashion, culture, like all of the shit. You could give us all the worst shit that you could ever give us. You can give us something literally that's supposed to like kill and destroy us, and not we're gonna take it, get rich off of it, and get fly and make you want to be part of it.
Right.
And
Right.
that's how I feel like that's literally the story of the album is being the like as a person, being the unwanted, being the negative, being the thing that people look down upon, and then taking that and turning it into actually like this is the goal. This is like the good part. This is, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's definitely the story of the album is becoming. I was never the
Oh,
popular one.
easy.
I was never the most popping. So taking that and turning it into, you know, being something. That's why the last song of the album is the radio freestyle because it's like that's the mid credit
Right,
scene that's supposed to
exactly.
tease the sequel. It's like we made it out. Now we rappers.
Right.
Can't wait for you
Yeah,
to get to
nah.
New York, bro. We gotta get on Flex. He changed time slots, but he's still on there.
Now we're
Yeah,
gonna
He's
get
nah,
there.
flexible,
like
bro. He's changing time slots. It's fine. It's flex.
It's crazy,
you
bro.
might just be, yeah, no, you might be on earlier in the night, you get
5
like
p.m. freestyles.
That's what I'm
people
talking
catch you
about.
sooner.
I'm trying to go to bed
That's
early.
Hell yeah.
word.
Gee,
But yeah,
Uh,
like I mean, like like that's what I love so much about like the concept of this album. Like these things, because like people could say whatever they want about like drug rap or coke rap, or like people get really antsy about stuff. A lot of people don't seem to get the difference between stuff that's like like the difference between glorifying something and portraying something. It's always so blurry as is, which is part of like the appeal of all the stuff that we like. But like you directly acknowledging that and doing it in this like fun, self-aware but not like pretentious or preening, or like you're not, yeah, like you're not trying to like IDK us to death and be like this is the lesson of the album. Like it's like it's there if you want to find it, but it works on all those levels, and like that's as much a credit to all of y'all for putting this music together as it is for Teller just skating all over it and making it entertaining and fun. Like it's just like that's like this is the type of shit people who are saying people don't make good music anymore are like, is what people are looking for. Like this is the stuff.
we're
This is the
here.
stuff, and
We
it's
exist.
like y'all got it. You're doing it. It exists. It's
More
it's
on the
not on
way.
Right. Like, see, I love to hear that. Like, it's not on Flex, it's not on Apple Music, but it's there. It exists. And anyway, that's a I have a lot of feelings about that type of shit. But
Yeah.
thank y'all for taking the
Yeah.
time
Thank
to be
you.
here.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Thank you for having us.
This is a good
nah,
time.
man,
Man,
Long
man,
thank you
time
for
thank
real.
you.
listener,
That
Sorry
first
that
time
y'all had to
caller.
deal with so many technical difficulties on my end.
Nah,
No, you
man, you're
road running.
straight. Yeah, once again, you're road running. Yeah, it's all good. Like, you're like, once again, like, big fan of everything all of y'all do. Like, at some point, I'm probably gonna wind up having each of you on here by yourselves. But like, I just
That'd be
like
dope.
it just made sense to kind of, like, y'all are so integral to the story that it felt right to, pop the seal on having more than two people in this shit at a time, or three if you count me. But like, yeah, just like, thank
Yeah.
y'all for all the work you do, and for like this one. Like, I know this is gonna stand the test of time in a cool way. So just like,
Hell yeah. Next
That's
one's
good, yo. I
already.
appreciate
Yeah, next one's halfway done already. I mean,
Yeah, we may
come
have
on,
like
man,
8 songs already just in the cut.
some of the best
come
shit
Oh
I've
on,
yeah,
heard
the
man.
too. Like,
sequel. We
it's
already like
nuts.
halfway through the sequel, man. This joint is crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Great.
This might be
Oh,
some of
come
my
on.
best rapping
We
ever
didn't
Hey,
on this
man.
shit.
recast
Yeah,
either.
no.
Real
No
quick.
recasting. No recasting.
Fuck them. Yeah,
Feeling the
no. Fuck them up. What happened?
I was gonna say real quick because I appreciate the kind words and just I appreciate what you do, like in terms of the writing and the
The
journalism and
culture,
like
yeah.
actually keeping a real life ear to what is actually going on, not just right around you, but parts beyond. You know what I mean? And like,
Hell yeah.
you don't have to do this. Like, nobody has to do this. So the fact that you spend your time doing this like for the people, you know what I mean? Like, that really, really, really means something. And I see you do it. I tell you all the time, but I'm gonna keep telling you. Thank you for what you do.
Hell
Seriously.
yeah.
Thank,
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank y'all.
thank you,
Thank
man.
you,
Thank you,
Q.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Thank y'all, man.
Thank
It
you
means a
for real.
lot. Like, this shit's given so much to me. Like, if I can give back in any way, like people like us are everywhere, and like, whatever I can do to bring light to that through writing or podcasting or whatever the fuck, like, music at some point. Like, I'm just happy to be a part of this, and to like really, I don't know, this shit matters to me, and I want it, and I want to present it and preserve it in a way that will matter to other people. So
Doing a
it's
great
just what I'm
job,
here
man.
for. Thank you, man.
Thank
Truly.
you,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Damn. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.